Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Frost-Kalnow Stadium, the site of tonight's Division III Region 10 matchup between the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Ontario Warriors. I'm Nate Mullins on the call tonight with Tommy Hall. We've got the Wizard, Greg Kinn, on the ones and twos with us up here in the press box. And tonight we have Austin Rodriguez on the main cam and Eric Hall, our sideline reporter, patrolling the sidelines here at beautiful Frost-Kalnow Stadium for this regional quarterfinal matchup here on Heart of Ohio Sports. You're tuned in here on the pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant, one of our proud presenting sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And Tommy, before we get into the sponsor list and start thanking everybody, I just want to thank you because once again, this has been a phenomenal high school football season with you guys once again. And it's just over a decade now on the call with you, partner. And once again, it's a privilege to be here with you tonight at Frost-Kalnow Stadium.
Just kind of got goosebumps there as you mentioned that over a decade of coverage, both in print and on the air. And I couldn't be more proud to be with you, Greg, and Eric and Austin and everybody else as we get ready for this postseason edition of Heart of Ohio Sports, Week 12. And man, what a huge matchup we have here in Division III Region 10 in this Region 10 quarterfinal matchup between the Ontario Warriors and your Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes. Welcome once again, fans, on Heart of Ohio Sport. You are watching this program live and paywall free thanks to our community-minded sponsors.
I want to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you today's broadcast here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. Thank you to Pyramid Recruiting Services, Buckeye IT Services, UIS Insurance and Investments, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Heather Hunker Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Pit Stop, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Plasonite 3D Printing and Design, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Klaus Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and Dr. Jack Felton and family, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And as you talked about, Nate, the air is palpable here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium as the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes are hosting another playoff game. And you talk about the history that we've had just covering these Tornadoes. What about the history that Coach Judd Lutz and in his sixth season as Tiffin Columbian's head coach, getting to the dance once again, trying to get back to where this senior squad was 4 seasons ago when they made it to that state semifinal during that 2020 campaign. Now you fast forward to the senior campaign of some of these guys, just like our signal caller, Baden Rogo, who, again, they remember that state semi run all them years ago. And we're talking about Coach Judd Lutz's 6th season here at Tiffin Columbian. We had the honor, again, of following that magic run. But before that, Nate, you know, we were talking about a Tiffin Columbian squad that we had covered during Coach Lutz's first 2 seasons that were 2-18. Yeah. And my, what a turnaround this program has had since then, getting back to prominence, getting back to a playoff perennial. And again, in Region 10, Division III, you know, if you want to get to that regional championship, that road goes through Frost-Kalnow Stadium, and we're going to find out after 48 minutes who goes on to the next round.
4 straight years of hosting first-round playoff matchups here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium for the Tornadoes. That's a sign of excellence within the program. Consistency and dedication, and you know they just have the resiliency you look for from this kind of a program. I mean, you're talking about Division III Region 10. They've faced a gauntlet of a schedule this year to be where they're at a 9-2 record. You know, they're battle tested, Tommy, and this is a team that, you know, you might not say, if you look at the tail of the tape and you go by records, and everybody, you know, likes to look at the records and see who's going to win based on records. Well, Ontario comes in at 10-1, Tiffin Columbian at 9-2, and if you're looking at the records, you say, well, Ontario, they got a 10-1 record, they should win this one, right? Well, no, that's not always how it works out. Tiffin Columbian has, like I said, they have ran through the gauntlet, a meat grinder of a schedule this year. And, you know, Tommy, when you look at that schedule, there's not very many losing teams on that schedule. You look at Norwalk, Fremont Ross, they're still a playoff team. River Valley, still a playoff team. So, they play every one of their regular season opponents except for one was a playoff qualifier. So
yeah,
they went through the gauntlet, and they've come out on the other side smelling like roses.
And a couple familiar opponents between these two schools. Again, out of the ashes of the NOL, during its last couple years, Ontario was part of that conference, and like we talked about, those down years for Tiffin Columbian, getting back to the building process. I know it's kind of ironic if I think about it. When Tiffin Columbian was coming off that 2-18 run, I had the opportunity and the privilege to do the dinner speech for these young men, and from there, that squad went on to win 9 games and an SBC championship, and from then that's been the standard. And these seniors coming into tonight, since they were freshmen, have known nothing but that sweet postseason taste of what it can do to you as a program here in the state. And you talk about the caliber of opponents between these two squads. That's one of those iron sharpen iron type of things, brother. And here in week 12, it doesn't get any easier.
And, I'm not taking anything away from these Warriors because they have played a tough schedule on their own. I mean, they've beaten some very good opponents. You talk about a Galleon team that's 8-3 on the season. They're still playing right now. They beat them earlier in the season. The only loss they had during the regular season was to Shelby, who's still alive in the playoffs at 9-2 right now. But they did hand Lutheran West a loss last week in the first round of the playoffs, 31-22, to move on here to face Tiffin Columbian at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Highland.
Did you guys already mention the points per game that they put up that you talked about earlier?
Yeah, what was it, 39 points a game?
39 points for these Ontario Warriors per game compared to the 41 points that these Tornadoes average. And I expect it's going to be a shootout at the OK Corral here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium between these squads, which, again, is good for our viewers, but isn't something that you want to allow if you're one of these squads' defense, as those points allowed per game have also been telling. And that's going to be the difference between week 12 and week 13 as we continue to just strengthen and get down the gauntlet here in the postseason.
Once again, you're tuned in here on the pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. Stick around for the halftime show brought to you by BUCKEYE IT Services. Our postgame show presented by UIS Insurance and Investments. And our scoreboard tonight presented by Pyramid Recruiting Services. Our keys to the game brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union brings you your timeouts tonight. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. is your sponsor for flags tonight. Any flag that you see on the play is brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Your announcer cam brought to you by Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations. Turnovers tonight presented by Pit Stop. Our opening kickoff, which we're just moments away from, brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. All touchdowns tonight presented by Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. First downs brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. And our player of the game tonight brought to you by Plastonite 3D Printing and Design.
And as we get ready,
we're just about ready.
Under a minute till kickoff, we'll go over those Lee Floor Covering keys to the games real quick. And the key to tonight's game for both squads, defenses. Needing to get stops. Both these offenses, like we talked about, prolific, with Ontario scoring 39.4 and Columbian putting up 41 points per game. But the defense that can come up with the most stops will put its team in the best position here tonight to win. Turnover battle will be huge, and getting points off turnovers, that's going to be critical as well. Ontario come into tonight with 11 interceptions, 11 fumble recoveries, while Columbian has 20 takeaways on the season. So either team can create some huge turnovers at key moments, and that will be the Lee's Floor Covering keys to tonight's game.
There you have it. Want to thank Lee's Floor Covering, one of our proud title sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. If you want to get on board with us, folks, provided both these teams that we're covering win this week, we'll be moving on with them into the regional semifinals next week. And if you want to get on board, there's going to be a lot of eyes on those games next week, folks. If you want to get on board, hit us up, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. And we're just about set for the opening kickoff, brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. You can get your call in now. Place your order for pickup or delivery. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, one of our proud title sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Ontario set to kick it off. Tiffin Columbian will start out on offense as number 47, Carter Weaver, set to kick it off for the Warriors.
It's going to be a statement drive to start, and we are underway.
And Brockington fields it at the 6-yard line. Brings it to the 25, and he's going to be wrapped up right around the 27-yard line. Damian Brockington on the return for Tiffin Columbian, and the Tornadoes will take over at their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10.
And as we, again, get ready for this first drive, we talk about Damian Brockington, arguably the best two-way player for the Tornadoes. Brockington with 1,882 yards on 222 carries with 31 touchdowns, averaging 171 yards per game and 8.5 yards per carry. Noticing last week, setting that single season touchdown record for the Tornadoes.
Shotgun set, handoff to Brockington. Trying to find some running room in the middle of that line. But Warriors do a good job of plugging up the holes there, limiting that to just a 2-yard gain. It's going to be tough sledding in the middle of that offensive line here for Tiffin Columbian tonight, as that Ontario defensive front shows a lot of beef, especially there in the middle. Big number 61, Rayvon Skelton. Rogo steps up, delivers it, complete. Bryce Rogo on the reception, and he's got it inside Warrior territory down to the 46-yard line. Bryce Rogo with the reception, and that is a Brogo connection.
Yeah, which causes them to move the chains, and the Tornado in quick fashion have advanced the ball past midfield.
I've been told Brogo connection is trademarked by Gillig Enterprises, so
they're moving so fast we can't even watch this whole replay.
I'm still convinced that's a Tommyism.
Braden Rogo carries it up the middle.
Whoa!
Shows some toughness as he gets it inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Braden Rogo, the quarterback keeper, picks up 7.
Keeping those wheels moving like a cat on a hot tin roof. That's what you got to do, Nate. Keep those wheels turning, get upfield, and you'll fall for positive yards. Just a huge Akron commit, Braden Rogo.
3 receiver set, Rogo in the shotgun. Brockington back there in the shotgun with him. Rogo slings it out left side. That's Bryce Rogo on the reception. And it looks like he's got the first down. Should be good enough to move the chains. And that is good enough for a First National Bank of Sycamore first down.
And if you're the defense there on that one, again, when you run that man-type coverage, the screen is a great play against that. But if you're able to make that read to the outside quick, you can blow it up in quick fashion. I think that's what the Warriors were trying to do. Just a little bit too late to the ball.
Braden Rogo drops back.
Oh, yes.
Steps up, delivers it down the field into the end zone. Touchdown! Wow. Bryce Rogo from Braden Rogo from 36 yards out. And the Brogo connection puts the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes on the board first with 10:19 left in the first quarter.
Well, Ontario challenges the Tornadoes on the opening drive here, and the Tornadoes come out and they draw first blood after a huge reception. Rogo to Rogo, the Brogo connection. And as we've seen, 16 plus 6 equals 6 for the Tornadoes.
That's right.
Is that
That math checks out.
So is that Common Core math?
That's that Colombian math. Snap is back, ball is down, the kick is up, and the extra point attempt is no good. Looks like somebody got a hand on it, I think.
Have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. Liam Kerr, usually pretty automatic when it comes to those extra points.
See if I got that one here.
Let's see what happened here.
Yeah, it looked like it had the height and stuff, but maybe it was left or right. It's hard telling, maybe.
No, it just yanked that one to the left a little bit. So 6-0 is your score. Tiffin Columbian on top with 10:19 left to play here in the first quarter. That touchdown brought to you by Relax and Revive Salon. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Let Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacation, take the stress out of booking your next getaway. Specializing in family and group vacations, as well as adults-only trips, Heather can also help you with booking your dream destination wedding. Most trips are planned at no additional cost to you, and you'll have her support both pre-travel and in-destination with every step of the way. Book your next dream getaway now. Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations. And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. And the kickoff is away, fielded And the return man brings it back near the 40-yard line. It'll be Braylon Wilson on the return for Ontario. Ontario High School out of Mansfield, Ohio. Well, near Mansfield. In the Mansfield area. You hear about that Mansfield game tonight? No fans in the stands.
Well, as these Warriors come out here tonight.
Plenty of fans here. And they brought the contingent from Ontario.
Oh,
look
absolutely.
at that. Quarterback Bodpin Miller. Handoff. And the running back carries it up near the 40, about the 48-yard line is where he'll be marked down.
Yeah, I think that was Chase Studer.
Chase Studer on the carry for Ontario.
And Studer really sets the tone for the Warriors as a running back coming in tonight, 870 yards on 159 carries with 13 tutties. But he's a huge cog in that defensive at linebacker as well, leading the team with 70 tackles.
Miller fakes the handoff, keeps it, and he's going to be close to a first down. Should have the first down.
And again, that dual threat as Bogpin. Miller had a record-breaking junior season at quarterback. During the regular season, throwing for 2,004 yards, breaking the single-season record set back in 2020. He's completed 132 of 207 passes for 13 touchdowns and just 6 interceptions, averaging 200 yards per game. And again, this is going to be a guy to keep an eye on.
Absolutely, just a junior, so he's still got another year.
Yeah, to put that record out of reach as he's on the run from
Miller. Oh, he's hit from behind. Ball comes out, and let's see if they got it. Hang on.
They're going to say it's out of bounds.
And they're going to say Ontario football.
I think it went out of bounds.
I think he's going to say it went out of bounds before it was recovered by the defense.
Take a look here, guys.
Taleb El-Zaquati on the heels of Miller, chasing him down.
Oh, yeah, just before. Yeah, they're going to say it went out of bounds there. Just before the defense was able to recover it. So they do end up gaining a couple on the play. They gained 3 yards, so it's second down and 7. 3 receivers stacked on the right side of the formation. They motion all 3 of them to the left side of the formation now.
Heavy load on that left side
Miller,
now.
handoff, Studer on the carry, and the defense brings him down in the backfield. Who is that?
New Love.
That looks like Jack New Love City.
His name is New Love Baby. And well, look at that. Open field, able to get a huge stop.
Excellent open field tackle there by Jack New Love.
A third and distant. Third and 10 now with 8:35 remaining and rolling here in the first stanza of action from Frost-Kalnow Stadium.
4 receivers set. Miller in the shotgun, 1 back in the backfield with him. 3 receivers on the near side. Miller back to pass. Steps up, delivers it over the middle, and it's nearly picked off by 2 different Tornadoes as Corper and Gooding both had a hand on it. But it falls harmlessly to the turf, incomplete, and a 4th down coming up.
And if those 2 can't catch it, I don't know who could. But again, just a bullet by Miller over the middle, trying to get it to where only his receiver could get to it. But sends it sailing over his intended target's head and almost into the lion arms of the Tornadoes.
And punt unit onto the field now for the Warriors. This one, they get it away. It takes a Warriors bounce all the way down inside the end zone.
That was close.
Just about stopped inside the 5 there as that was a really nice punt there. But it just rolls into the end zone for the touchback. So Tiffin Columbian will take over at their own 20-yard line after getting a stop defensively. Tommy, that's exactly what you wanted from that defense right there.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about at the top of the pregame, how you can't allow this game to turn into a shootout, which is what Tiffin Columbian is, if you're just joining us, has been historically known for, and that's kind of been one of the detriments and reasons why Tiffin Columbian had a couple blemishes on that record. That defense can show up tonight. I think Tiffin Columbian has a good chance at it.
Rogo slings it right side complete. Gooding on the reception, breaks a tackle, and he's got it inside Warrior territory down to the 50-yard line.
I know we're past the spooky season, but it seemed like a turf ghost or something scared Craig Powers as he just lost his footing.
Yeah.
As the check down to Gooding.
Jumped up and bit him.
Yeah. Allowed him to get nice yardage on there.
Inside of 8 minutes to play, 6-0 Tiffin Columbian.
And just like that, the Tornadoes are at midfield.
Rogo in the shotgun. Handoff. Brockington, right side. Has some opening, and he's into the open. To the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Damian Brockington.
He didn't want to get any on him.
50-yard touchdown run for the senior Damian Brockington, and he just adds to that rushing touchdown total on the season. Now sitting at 32 on the year.
And
that's a nice career for most people.
Yeah. As you see, Brockington pulls away and off to the races for 6. Down inside the end zone here, but that's one of the things that scares you and excites you about this, as we always kick is up.
And Kerr's extra point is up, and it's through. He knuckleballed that one through. The old Tim Wakefield special there.
But as we talked about, Nate, that's one of the things that kind of scary about this Tiffin Columbian squad is you want to control the tempo, you want to dictate the pace of how this game plays out. And sometimes these Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes, they have so many high caliber athletes, so many weapons that they can score on you in an instant. And then you get that defense back out there and you're relying on them to get quick stops, and it's almost like a double-edged sword at some points.
Speaking of getting so excited, we're so excited. We got a action-packed football game here. We almost forgot we have a sideline reporter down there. Eric's like, that's fine. You're paying me. I don't care. I'll just stand down here. I like watching football up close and personal, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Whatever.
You got Eric down there with the coat, some shorts and some
kickoff for the Tornadoes.
I just had to get the old jacket on. It's starting to get chilly down here.
It's a little bit chillier than it was when you started, huh?
Yeah.
The Ohio outfit.
And the return man fields it at the 15 to the 25 to the 30. And he's going to be drugged down around the 32-yard line. Braylon Wilson on the return for the Warriors. Impressive return there, as he wasn't going to be brought down by an arm tackle. Folks, if you're looking for the Hopewell Loudon game, you can find that over on the X stream, as Connor Roush and Zach Dillon on the call for that one. Zach Blythe, our normal overhead cam operator, is helping the X stream tonight, as Dominic Helmstetter had a night off. He's under the weather tonight, so we gave him the night off because, without a voice, what is Dom Helmstetter? Hey, he's the golden velvety voice of the X stream. So handoff, Miller hands it off to Studer.
Tackling has been night and day compared to a week ago for these Tornadoes, even though they thumped Ashland here at home.
I think that was Vantelberg on the carry there. Mason Vantelberg, junior running back, 5'10", 170 pounds, picks up 3 on the carry. Ball at the 35-yard line, second down and about 6. Handoff once again, and maybe a couple more on the play.
And that's going to be a quick 3rd and 4 for the Warriors.
Vantelberg on the carry once again for the Warriors, but now it's 3rd down and 4. And the Warriors facing a 3rd down here. TC showing a 3-man front.
Drop back.
Looks like it's going to be a zone look here. Maybe a cover 3.
I'd watch Talib over here.
They throw it over the middle. It's complete. Reception on the play by Braylon Wilson as Miller finds him over the middle. And that'll set up the Warriors at the 46-yard line with a 1st down, brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore.
Those 3rd down conversions, those have just been pesky as a mayfly to this Tiffin Columbian defense over the last several weeks.
That's a good point.
Now Columbian show 4 hands down on this one as Miller is forced to keep it here. And
he's going to be brought down Talib Al-Zaquani chases him down from behind. Just a 2-yard gain by the quarterback. That TC defense flying around already here in this one. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 48. Bodpin Miller in the shotgun with 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, 1 man in the backfield. Miller sends the back in motion. Now he's going to take off and run, and he's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Once again, Talib Al-Zaquani.
No love lost between Al-Zaquani and, unlike me, when I go over to our friends at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Talib Al-Zaquani, just not a Miller guy. As you see here, tries to run it up, and Al-Zaquani with the read comes up and just buries his head into Miller once again.
Empty backfield here. 4 receivers on the left side. Miller rolls to the left. Looking, slings it down the field. Incomplete off the receiver's hands.
Another high pass by
Landon Foltz, the intended receiver.
Junior signal caller here, Nate.
It just seems like he's a little excited about this one, Tommy. Maybe, the road game, traveling on the road, first playoff game on the road, maybe just a little bit of jitters here so far in the early going for the junior quarterback. As, yeah, you're right. His passes haven't exactly been on target here in the early going, but we'll see if he settles in because this is a young man. Like I said, we mentioned in the early going of this one, he has put up a lot of numbers this year, folks, so don't hold your breath.
And Tornadoes do a nice job defensively once again, holding off the Warrior offensive.
Corper on the return to the 35, to the 40. Corper breaks a tackle, and he's got it all the way down inside the 30-yard line to the 27-yard line. Jack Corper. Beautiful return. 61-yard punt return for Jack Corper.
What a way and effort by Rayvon Skelton just to chase this down and not continue and not quit on the play. Continues his pursuit, and a slowed up Corper gets wrapped up as that one could have went for more. As that huge stop right there, that's so paramount here as the Tornadoes have a 2-score advantage already. You don't want to continue to give them scoring opportunities. And now with a short field, the Tornadoes take over on downs.
Shotgun formation. They motion Rogo into the backfield. Handoff, Brockington, left side, and he's going to be tripped up after just a 1-yard gain.
See Brockington pounding the ground as he knew had he not got tripped up there, all the blocks were there for him.
Chase Studer on the stop for the Warriors. 2nd down and 9. Inside of 4 minutes to play now. Shotgun set, 3 receivers, 1 tight end on the left side of the formation. Rogo fakes the handoff, looking, steps up, has pressure. Now he's got to get rid of it, and he's going to take a sack, and he's going to take a hard hit at the end of it. Thrown to the turf by number 3, Trey Booker. And I tell you, on that situation, Tommy, you just got to throw that one away. Just live to play the next down.
Well, here, the 4-4 coverage by the defense here. You rely on that pressure up front to get you some penetration and force some pressure onto the quarterback and try to get him to make a bad throw against the zone coverage. And in that instant, again, nice positive play for the Warriors as they force a 3rd and 10 on a scrambling Rogo.
1 man in the backfield, 4 receivers set. Rogo steps up. They bring pressure. Rogo slings it over the middle, looking for Gooding. Incomplete.
And
nice coverage on the play by Craig Powers.
Now we'll see after the huge punt return by Corper, gifted the Tornadoes great field position. Is it going to be a foreign barbecue for the Tornadoes here?
4th down, they're going to keep the offense on the field here. Gooding, Newlove, and Corper, the receivers on the right side of the formation. Rogo, the receiver here on the near side. Brockington, the back in the backfield with Braden Rogo, senior quarterback. In the shotgun, takes the snap, Looking, slings it over the middle, complete to Corper at the 10-yard line, and he's got it down there, and Jack Corper, who sets him up in that position to begin with, says, hey guys, just give me the ball, I'll show you. I got you here. Let me take it the rest of the way. Big 4th down conversion there by the Tornadoes.
And on that 4th and 10, especially when we're trying to get a huge stop, if you're this Ontario defense, I mean, that just doesn't set well with you. There's a fresh set of downs.
Rogo slings it out to Alzaquani. Alzaquani trying to break a tackle, but he's going to be cut down right before the goal line at the 1-yard line. Talib Alzaquani.
Braylon Wilson sticks his nose in there, number 1, able to get a stop.
I think maybe word got out after Jack Corper won the Plastonite Player of the Game last week. He took that trophy into the locker room. The guy's like, wait, where'd you get that? Oh, wait, bet. I'm about to get me one of them. Man in motion. Handoff, Brockington into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Damian Brockington plunges in from a yard out, and that's now his 2nd rushing touchdown here in the first quarter. 19-0 Tiffin Columbian with 2:17 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the hog mollies up front. You'll see here, right on the goal line. Open up the gates for Brockington as he's just going to kind of mosey on in there for the score. And now Tiffin Columbian continues to build on to this lead. And as
oh, what a job by Rogo to get that snap down. Did you see the snap was behind him? And he got that, he grabbed that on his hip and brought it back and put it down. What a nice job there by the quarterback, Braden Rogo, to get that snap and get that placement. Take a look around the area at our Pyramid Recruiting Services scoreboard. As right now, over on the X stream, once again, you can find the Hopewell Loudon versus Pandora Gilboa matchup. As Hopewell Loudon leading 6-0 that game in the second quarter. Cary leading over Columbia 15-0 in the first quarter. Perkins tied with St. Mary's in the second quarter, 7 apiece. And that's pretty much it for games featuring teams from our area. As just the Perkins Pirates, Cary Blue Devils, Hopewell Loudon Chieftains, and the Columbian Tornadoes are the only teams left here in our coverage area that are still playing in the playoffs. Of course, there is still some playoff action going on in volleyball as the Tiffin Calvert Senecas play in the regional final.
and Hickman
That game tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
going to get a stop on the return man.
Tell you what, Tommy, Calvert football gets knocked out in the first round by Crestview last week. So what happens? Calvert volleyball draws them in the regional final tomorrow night, or tomorrow at Elida. So Tiffin Calvert versus Crestview, the rematch on the volleyball court.
You think that Seneca's student section after that game were saying, let's play volleyball?
One of the good old basketball days.
Oh, I love it. First and 10 Warriors, ball at the 31-yard line.
You bet Heart of Ohio Sports will be there after football season as basketball season starts to get underway, but we're in playoff.
The running back takes it off the right side, trying to find some running room as Mason Vantelberg on the carry picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards actually.
Running for daylight does Vantelberg as he doesn't want to go to open gym on Monday. He wants to keep playing football.
That's right.
Nothing against open gym. Sorry, Travis.
Sorry, Travis.
Sorry, Travis. So, Ontario has it, second down and 4, ball at the 37-yard line. Bodpin Miller in the shotgun. 4 receivers set, fakes the handoff, slings it over the middle, incomplete. And once again, the timing just not there with him and his receivers. He was trying to find Quentin Frankhouse there.
Just Miller unable to get any rhythm tonight. A dual threat, as we talked about at the top of the program, can give this Warriors squad a unique look. But when you can't get anything going on first or second down, Greg, it kind of forces your hand in those third down situations, as you see here on the dual stream. Over there in Bascom, on the X-Stream, Chieftains up 6-0 over Pandora Gilboa. And if you do, you'll clean it up.
He said dual threat, and I thought of the dual stream, so I pulled up and check in on our guys over there.
Miller back to pass. Has pressure.
Uh-oh.
Looking, slings it over the middle. Oh, what a catch! What a catch by Dylan Floyd. Went straight up the elevator shaft to go get that one.
That's good enough to move the chains on 3rd and 4 after you believe the Colombian linebacker core has Miller dead to rights in the backfield. You'll see Seitz. You see Bonnell.
Oh, my goodness.
3 guys in his face. He still gets that one away. Way to go up and get it there by Floyd, the big tight end. First down, Warriors. Handoff. Studer on the carry, and Chase Studer.
I think they were a little early on the onset with that play. The extra momentum allowed Ontario to put their heads down and just bury it for a nice gain. That's going to set them into a nice, manageable 2nd and 2 here.
I've got our sideline mic on anytime he wants to chime in. If he's got something he wants to add through the broadcast here, we've got him up a little bit so he can talk if he wants to. I'll just try to turn him up if he's got something to add. Try to keep it a little bit more free-flowing tonight.
Studer moves the chains on that rushing attack there on a gain of 2.
Might be the last play of the first quarter. We'll see. 10 seconds. No, they're going to try to run up another play here. 1st and 10. Miller.
Delayed
handoff. Studer, left side. Breaks the tackle. What a job there by Chase Studer as he breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage to gain a couple more yards, picks up 5 on the play. That's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Tiffin Columbian 20, Ontario nothing. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the 1s and 2s with us up here in the press box. We've got Austin Rodriguez on the main cam, and we have Eric Hall on the sidelines tonight. Thanks for tuning in on Heart of Ohio Sports. You're watching the Adrenaline Stream. Miller handoff. Studer on the carry. He's got the first down. He's got it inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Chase Studer. And actually, no, I'm sorry, that was Nate Spencer on the carry.
And if you're just joining us for this second quarter of action underway here in this Division III Region 10 quarterfinal, please tell your friends, share the link, let your friends know that you're watching high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, and it's live and paywall free, baby.
Miller fakes the handoff. Now he's going to keep it. He's looking for some running room. He's got some to the outside, but he's cut down at the 30-yard line.
Miller giving
Was that New Love again?
No, New Love was picking his face mask out of the turf there. As a
cut to
huge
the outside and a huge stiff arm.
stiff arm by Miller.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, look at this. Delayed handoff once again. Decides to tuck and run. Tries to find the outside and just what?
That is New Love. Nice job. Miller, handoff. And this time it is Spencer on the carry. He's got it near about the 25-yard line is where they'll mark him at. So it's going to be close to the first down, but about a yard short. So third down and a long yard. The longest yard.
This is going to, unlike that Burt Reynolds fiasco, this is going to be an exciting one to watch.
Miller, handoff. Studer off the right side, trying to find some running room. Breaks a tackle. Carries it inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line. Chase Studer on the carry. And that's a big-time pickup there by the Warriors. Another first down presented by First National Bank of Sycamore.
Studer looking like he's walking out of Fort Knox, carrying all the gold on his back
Wasting
as
no
he
time.
falls down into the red zone here.
Handoff to Studer once again, right side, trying to find some blockers, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ontario.
Looks like the same exact play.
Chase Studer carries it in from 10 yards out. And the Warriors finally put some points on the board here in the second quarter with 10:06 left.
Well, the game plan throughout the first 2 quarters had been kind of a balanced attack. On that drive there, Ontario kind of goes to the ground, and they find great success as Studer just waltzes his way in for a touchdown, and the Warriors now on the board.
And the extra point attempt is up and good from Trey Booker. And that makes your score 20-7. Tiffin Columbian now leading by 13. Take a look around the area at some scores brought to you by Pyramid Recruiting Services. As currently, it's 20-7 Tiffin Columbian here in Frost-Kalnow Stadium. It's 6-3 Hopewell Loudon over in Bascom. You can find that game on the X Stream. Search YouTube for Heart of Ohio Sports X Stream.
Oh, the video must be just a little behind you. See here, there, you kicked the field goal.
Perkins trailing St. Mary's 14-7. That game in the second quarter. Carey leading Columbia 15-0. You think maybe Perkins is trailing because the team has film from their first round playoff game and their last game of the year? I know they don't put much film out over there, Sandusky. At least not complete film, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Everything's under wraps over there. You got to keep everything secret, you know.
I've never heard nothing like that.
Uh-huh. Warriors set to kick off.
Boom.
And this one will be fielded at the 16-yard line. I think it's New Love on the return or Gooding, one of the two.
Oh, extracurriculars there. I probably should mark this around the 30.
That's Corper on the return there for Tiffin Columbian. They'll mark the ball at the 31-yard line. And that's where the Tornadoes will take over.
That's what you love and hate about watching these Tornadoes, is they were up 20-0, 20 unanswered, as the Warriors finally get on the board. And if history is any indication, you know from watching this Tornado squad that no lead is safe, and you just got to continue to go out there and go to work if you're Tiffin Columbian's offense.
Pedal to the metal. 3 receivers set. Rogo fakes the handoff, slings it over the middle. Bryce Rogo on the reception. Trying to find some running room. Breaks a tackle at the 50 to the 45. Buries his head forward and picks up 4 more yards down to the 41-yard line. Bryce Rogo has his fingerprints all over the first start of this game. I'm telling you, a touchdown catch, and he's got to be closing in on 100 yards already.
Well, again, Rogo,
Slant route there.
like you said, Nate, the sloppy burglar, leaving his fingerprints all over the place as he takes that reception right over the middle, tries to
Reverse.
back.
No, the fake the reverse. Brockington's going to carry it, and he took a nice hit at the end of that one. Bodpin Miller comes up to make the stop right at the 34-yard line. Still picks up 7 on the play, second down and 3.
Man, that was a hit. See, Brockington tosses the elbow pad, getting ready for the people's elbow. The Brock.
Run the Brock.
I smell what the Brock is cooking here.
Fake the handoff. Rogo looking, slings it down the middle of the field. He's got Gooding in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. BG3 from 34 yards out. And Tiffin Columbian adds to their lead. It's now 26-7 with 8:52 left in the second quarter.
Again, BG3 takes his Carnation instant offense, finds himself in the end zone for a huge Tiffin Columbian tutty. As Rogo, this drive, was it just a 3 or 4 play drive?
Yeah.
And in quick fashion, get back out. OCS pending the extra point out to a 20-point lead.
Just over a minute on the drive there for Tiffin Columbian. Liam Kerr knocks through the extra point. It is now 27-7 with 8:52 left to play here in the second quarter. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Buckeye IT Services, UIS Insurance and Investments, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, STEINMETZ Science and Graphic Inc., Lease Floor Covering, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Pit Stop, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Plastinite 3D Printing and Design, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Klaus Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and Dr. Jack Felton and family, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Week 2 of the OHSAA playoffs, the regional quarterfinals. We got this Division III Region 10 matchup here between the number 3 seed Tiffin Columbian and the number 6 seed Ontario. As Tiffin Columbian all over Ontario to start this one, 27-7. They set to kick it off. Liam Kerr boots this one deep, and it's fielded at the 7-yard line. Up to about the 30 before he's brought down right at the 30-yard line. I mark him at the 32.
I like the way he kicked it right, Kerr.
Wait, you're saying that you like the way he kicked that right, Kerr?
Right, Kerr?
Yeah. So the Ontario Warriors will start this drive from the 32.
You guys are ridiculous sometimes. Bodpin Miller. Uh-oh. There went our sideline flag. Eric did a great job at mounting that one tonight. It just fell. I don't know what happened. It just fell. Hopefully somebody didn't get hit in the head by it down there.
Oh, no, it hit my
It's a
camera.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Everybody's in trouble now.
Well, Studer on the carry picks up a couple. Oh, no. Yeah,
I'll pick it up in due time.
maybe we can get our sideline reporter up here to fix it.
I got it.
Well, the Warriors on their last drive able to find pay dirt, but the Tornadoes quick to answer in under a minute and 3 plays.
Studer follows his blockers off the right side, and he's going to be brought down right at about the 40-yard line, maybe the 41.
That was a scoring play from the goal line on the last drive.
They seem to have found something in these pulling blockers, trying to get some blockers out in front and to the perimeter there.
Well, Columbian's been able to get a little bit of pressure off the blitz, but not too much there down on the trenches. And you're starting to notice that again. You put those hats on a hat, a block on a block, and can prove effective as timeout here.
Timeout brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll keep it right here with 7:42 left to play here in the first half. Make sure you stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. We'll have the marching band performances from both bands here at the start of the halftime period. And then we'll get you set for the start of the second half as Tiffin Columbian leads 27-7. And the Warriors trying to trim into that deficit here. 3rd down and 1 coming out of the timeout.
And sometimes the best defense is to keep the Columbian offense off the field. Nice, long, sustained drives by the Warriors. Try to chip away at this deficit. As we talked about, the Tornadoes, one of the detriments that I found if you can point to any flaws of that TC offense. They just can't create a tempo. They can't control the clock. The time of possession between them and opponents this season has to be outrageous. I'll try to dig in and find that stat later on, but man,
Yeah.
it's a daunting task.
Miller, handoff. Studer on the carry, and he's got it down inside Tornado territory down to the 46-yard line. Chase Studer with a nice pickup there by the Warriors on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, the Studer Baker starts to cruise on that one as this Ontario Warriors squad continue to drive.
And this
he's gonna be
time,
met.
running back hit in the backfield, but he falls forward for a couple of yards there as Mason Vantelberg on the carry.
Sometimes if you're a linebackers coach or defensive coordinator, you grab a guy like Tallow by the face mask and be like, hey, tonight's been your game. Just go out there and go out there and do what you do. As man, he's really dialed it up here tonight.
He really has, absolutely. Fake the hand. Oh, they do give it to Vantelberg, and he hits.
Hit by Tallow Alzaquani.
Oh, man, what a booming hit as Alzaquani comes up and just lowers the boom at the line of scrimmage.
Right here.
Wow.
You see the Monty Brown-esque hit by Talib Alzaquani coming right off the edge there.
Yeah, and
Here's-
Vantelberg is still down on the ground. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully he's
have a-
okay because that was a heck of a hit.
I have a Warrior down here. We'll go ahead and take a quick break here and send it to some of our sponsors.
We'll be back.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Plastonite, where imagination meets innovation. Unleash your creativity with precision 3D printing. Your ideas, our expertise. Plastonite, your 3D printing partner.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Inside of 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Warriors facing a 3rd and 8. Shotgun formation. Miller, back to pass, looking, slings it over the middle, and it is, broken up. New Love with the breakup. But I tell you, he had it to his receiver, Braylon Wilson, but it was too high, Tommy. If he'd have put that on the money, Wilson probably brings that one in, and that's a first down for the Warriors.
Normally you're not much of a fan of a New Love breaking up, but on that one, brings up a 4th and 8 for the Warriors.
Miller, back to pass on 4th and 8. Looking over the middle, incomplete, but a flag flies in.
They're going to call it.
They're going to call it on the,
DIII.
that's going to be on the
DIII.
defense.
Just a little bit too early there.
Flag on the play, brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. We'll see what the call is here.
I thought it was fortunate that they didn't get the call the previous play, and on this one, once again,
Pass interference on the defense. That's going to bail them out on a 4th down.
New Love comes kind of from behind, gets an arm in there. Look at a tug.
Ooh. It's a little too early there with the contact. That's going to get the call every time. Three pizzas? They must have picked up another sponsor this week. Ball at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10, Ontario. Bodpin Miller in the shotgun. One back in the backfield with him. 2 receivers set, one on each side. Wing back on the right side of the formation. Miller takes the snap, handoff.
A little counter there.
As a running back trying to find some room. Not a whole lot of running room there. Chase Studer, the ball carrier there. Just a 1 yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up. Two receivers, one on each side, one wing back on the right side of the formation, back in the backfield with Bodpin Miller, junior quarterback. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass, rolls to his right, looking. Now he's going to take off. Nice move by Miller, and the extra effort gets him a couple more down to the 22-yard line. Bodpin Miller showing off the athleticism there in open space.
Got some moves.
He's wearing that number 8, showing off those Lamar Jackson moves there.
Miller had taken visits from Youngstown State and Ohio University. Been invited to attend the Ohio State University versus Michigan State game this season. The Buckeyes want to give this young man a look at him as an athlete.
Absolutely, I would too. 3rd down, and a timeout called by Tiffin Columbian. We'll keep it right here for this timeout presented by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. And we'll use this time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Buckeye IT Services, UIS Insurance and Investments, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Pit Stop, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Plastinite 3D Printing and Design, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Klaus Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and Dr. Jack Felton and family, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Got to give another shout out to STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Katina STEINMETZ, her outstanding staff. They know how to treat us right, I tell you, every week. She never ceases to amaze me. Bending over backwards for her customers. You'd be surprised at what she's able to accomplish. If you've got a project that you're trying to get done and you've got a short time frame to get it done, chances are she's probably the only one that you're going to be able to deal with that's going to be able to get it done. Give them a call, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Bodpin Miller in the shotgun. Handoff, Studer breaks the tackle, and now the second effort picks up the first down. They had him in the backfield, Tommy.
Well, Maximus Fortney had the penetration right off. Gip had a nice jump off the ball, just lost his footing and created kind of a groundswell right there to where the running back's able to kind of eke himself around and convert the chains. Now Ontario quick to the ball, trying to get set, trying to get the 12th man. Yep, they're going to call that.
I think they're going to be
Tiffin Columbian, too many men on the field, I believe.
Yeah, Fortney couldn't get off there.
Yep.
I believe Eric said Fortney couldn't get off the field.
There it is.
I think I heard him say
good
that.
insight there, Eric. Tiffin Columbian called for too many men on the field there, and that will move the chain or move the yardstick 5 yards, so it's going to be a 1st and 5. Warriors have it at the 8-yard line, or I'm sorry, the 13-yard line.
You're up 20 points, but again, this is what some of these teams do to Tiffin Columbian. It looks like they control and dictate the pace as Miller here has this offense driving. He's going to keep it here. He's going to take it up the middle.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 11. We'll say he falls forward to the 10, so he's going to be short of the first down, but it's just the second down here. 2nd down and 2 coming up. They need to get it inside the 8 to pick up the first down.
I think drop top Diamantopoulos comes out there as Braylon Allball subs back in.
Bodpin Miller in the shotgun, takes the snap, handoff, Studer weaves his way through the defense and finds pay dirt. Chase Studer punches it in. As I tell you, Tommy, there was just no resistance there from that defense. I don't know how he kind of just Euro-stepped his way to that touchdown. Look at this, watch him. He just like a whoop, whoop. That looked like a Euro-step to me, man. Like, how do you not have any contact there?
I mean, that's just a situation that's plagued these Tornadoes all season. Long, succinct drive
like practice
by the opponents, resulting in points.
And the extra point is up and good from Trey Booker.
And in each of those Tiffin Columbian losses, those blemishes on the record this season all came at the hands of being down by 2 scores or more early on. This isn't a play from behind type of squad. Tiffin Columbian usually does its best work when it's able to establish a lead and be able to keep out in front of it, because this offense is so quick to score. Again, you can't really ever get any drives going. It's hard to put away teams when your defense can't get those stops on the ensuing possession, and you just allow teams to hang around.
It's 3rd and 4th down that's just been the absolute nemesis of this defense all season long. Like every single game I've seen 3rd and long situations, this defense gives up 1st down situations where you're like, how did they just convert a 3rd and 14 with ease almost? Like sometimes you'll look at it and it's like nobody even touched him there. Like that touchdown right there, like I said, he wasn't touched till he got to the goal line.
Yeah, the Warriors put together a long, nice, succinct drive, 9 play to go in for a touchdown, and they ate up a lot of clock on that drive.
That's a nice kick right there.
Oh. Brockington going to redirect here on the return. Bring it. He got redirect again.
Now, and now he's got some running room to the 40, to the 45, and he's out of bounds, and he's going to be brought down from behind out of bounds. And there's the flag that flies in, and another flag flies in.
Well, the late hit out of bounds, and then the chirping afterwards.
I think it might have offsetting penalties because of the chirping afterwards. You just got to let it happen. Eric, you were down there. You had a front row seat for that one, man. What happened after? Explain that. Walk us through that.
Damien didn't even see that coming. He went out of bounds, and that guy just came up from behind and took him down.
I think it was on Brockington, though, standing up over the opponent, saying, I got a lot more left in the tank.
Yeah, he wasn't very happy. But you got to keep your composure there.
You don't want to repeat any of the pleasantries that were exchanged down there?
No, I won't.
This is a family show.
The mic for that.
Right.
It's a family show, he says.
Dead ball, personal foul on the Warriors. And another dead ball, unsportsmanlike. This one's on Tiffin Columbian. Those fouls will offset. So it'll be 1st down for Tiffin Columbian where the ball went out of bounds. Right at about the midfield marker. I think that's where they spotted it.
It should be. Yeah, I think he was just right
Or about
around
the 47?
just over the 50, I think.
Yeah, about 47-yard lines where they'll mark him down. Inside Warrior territory, that's where Tiffin Columbian will take over for their next possession.
Let's see,
Well, if you get slugged from behind, make sure you're ready to shake hands when you stand up.
That's right.
As the emotions run high here in week 12, as again, there is no tomorrow. The Tornadoes with a 27-14 advantage here. 4:08 remaining in the first half of action here from Frost-Kalnow.
Pistol formation, 3 receivers on the left side. 1 back in the backfield. Al-Zaquani, the man in motion, settles on the left side of the formation. Handoff. Brockington.
A little early. They're going to call
I tell
that.
you, Al-Zaquani was just leaning a little bit too much there to start that one out. He wanted to get going. He got set, but then he started leaning forward a little bit. And they'll call him for the false start there. So Tiffin Columbian will back up 5 yards. 1st and 15 from their own 48, and a timeout called by Tiffin Columbian. That'll be their final timeout of the first half. We'll keep it right here for this Your Legacy Federal Credit Union timeout. Don't forget, folks, we got the halftime show coming up here in just a few minutes, as the halftime show brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. Exciting playoff football. I seen that, Mitch Kagi sent us a text saying he's watching on the big screen. I like that. Good stuff.
Tiffin Columbian alumni himself.
Mr. Gillig liked my Gillig Enterprises joke. It's trademarked. Now St. Mary's up on Perkins now, 21-14.
What do we have happening
just
over here on the X?
Tuning in, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video. And if you're a Chieftains fan, over on the X stream on our YouTube exclusive, Chieftains up 20-3 on Pandora Gilboa. So after the penalty, Tiffin Columbian resets and the timeout, 1st and 15. Rogo in the gun. He's going to load up. He's going to be chased out of the pocket.
Ball comes out. Ball on the ground. And I think Rogo ends up falling on top of it. So he does get it back for the Tornadoes. But,
Right here. Rogo had enough time checking through his progressions.
It's that pressure that comes from
And
behind.
then that pressure. Pocket slowly starts to collapse real quick.
Oh. Great job to get back on top of that. It could have been a costly turnover.
Rogo slings it right side complete to Corper. Makes a man miss. And now he's going to be brought down inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line. Jack Corper on the reception sets up the Tornadoes with a 3rd down and about 6 to go. Three minutes and 10 seconds left here in the second quarter.
This has just been a long series to move the chains for the Tornadoes. Offset and penalties earlier.
And I think we got a timeout called on the play. Timeout called by Ontario. We'll keep it right here for this Your Legacy Federal Credit Union timeout. Actually, we got time. Let's step aside. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Tornadoes. Ball at the Warriors' 43-yard line.
And this Division III Region 10 matchup starting to become a slugfest. We're about a week away from our slugfest next week over in Fairhaven Hall. The Fight Night 15, live on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Empty backfield. 5 receivers set here for the Tornadoes on 3rd down. They bring Brockington in motion. Now they look towards him. Now Rogo slings it over the middle. He's got Corper, but he's tripped up from behind. What a tackle by Bodpin Miller. As I tell you, if he hadn't brought him down, I don't know if anybody does.
And oftentimes in this era, in this age of football, you're starting to see that become a viable hot read, that Mayholm-esque kind of like flick of the wrist up to the up man here.
Yeah, it's a good design play there. Like you said, Nate, if he doesn't get that tackle, I don't know if anybody's catching him.
He has blockers in front.
All the space to the right.
It's almost like they try to run that behind and then bring it shallow.
Rogo over the middle. He's got Rogo, but it's incomplete.
That's going to be a turnover by the Warriors.
Wow.
Now the Warriors have a chance after the turnover to make points off of that and continue to cut this deficit closer.
Great field position, just 58 yards to pay dirt here, Tommy. Look at that, Central Catholic 28, Defiance 20. That's a close game there. Mansfield leading Rocky River 34-14 in front of no one.
Now the defense going to be called to task. Warriors on their last 2 possessions able to make points out of it on the heels of the Tornadoes.
Miller, handoff, Studer. And he's going to be brought down at about the 45-yard line. Boy, they gave him a lot of credit for that fall forward there. Looked like he fell a little bit further back, but
well, now what?
3-yard gain.
Under 2 minutes to go. You dial it up a little bit defensively, or do you kind of just play your hand?
Miller slings it left side complete to his receiver, and he's going to be brought down inbounds. Tackle made inbounds.
That's a nice open field tackle by Damian Brockington.
Dylan Floyd on the reception.
I was just about to say, after run heavy. Kind of shedding away from that balanced attack, going with that.
They've started the clock, but they haven't started it on the scoreboard. I've seen the referees signaling for the, I guess not. Over the middle, complete. Ball on the ground. Tornadoes on top of it. And it's a turnover. Tiffin Columbian comes up with the fumble. That turnover presented by Pit Stop Convenience Stores, and that's convenient for that Tiffin Columbian offense.
Hey, here you see the Warriors. Miller forces the throw here, and like a bullet, just Quentin Frankhouse got a little overzealous there. Didn't really secure the catch as much. Made the football move first. Tried to come downfield, and he was met. That ball just bounces off the turf and into the hands of the Tornadoes, who get a nice little break here as they'll take over on the 35.
Ugh. Man in motion is Corper. Rogo back to pass. Looking down the left sideline. He's got Gooding, and it's incomplete. Nice coverage down there by Quentin Frankhouse.
Well, here's the scenario. You sit there and you're talking about, oh, well, are you gifted a possession after the turnover? And you see that deep ball like that, you'd say yes. But in this situation, less than a minute 30 seconds, less than a minute and 29 seconds to go. You don't have any timeouts if you're Tiffin Columbian. You got to make some stabs downfield when you got the ball at the 35. Try to get yourself in position, because you're going to get the ball back at.
Rogo steps up, takes off, and he's going to be cut down at about the 37-yard line. No timeouts for Ontario, or no timeouts for Tiffin Columbian, but Ontario takes one here. This third down coming up for Tiffin Columbian. This is kind of a curious timeout here, Tommy, because I understand the thought process of wanting to get the ball back, but you're also giving them time to talk about this third down play here. And I don't know about you, but most of the time out of a timeout, this Tiffin Columbian offense is on the money. It's kind of like a basketball offense. So you call a timeout, give them time to draw up a play, they're that much harder to stop.
Well, then again, you have the one timeout left after this. So you get a stop here on 3rd and 8, and what? You just burn that final one, so they force to punt it to you, and you have, maybe 22 seconds to do something with it. But I misspoke, again, Ontario will come out in the second half with the ball.
Yes.
So a chance, again, you can't take those timeouts with you into the half. A chance for Ontario to kind of continue to change the complexion of this one as the turnover on their last drive. The Warriors were driving.
Yeah.
They were getting ready to put another score on the board and make this a one-score game, but the turnover now, Tiffin Columbian.
Rogo, back to pass, steps up, hit, and dropped in the backfield. Ball is on the ground.
I tried to pitch it back to Brackington.
They're going to say incomplete as it was a forward pitch.
Yeah, he was going down there, and I'm pretty sure he tried to get it out to Brackington to try to save that play.
I don't know if he even got it off before he was down.
Yeah,
I think he was down before he got rid of it.
Now stops the clock.
Yeah, I think he was down, but maybe not.
Yeah, you're going to give Ontario a minute and 14.
With a timeout.
With a timeout now after the incomplete pass.
Braylon Auble on to punt it away for Tiffin Columbian. Tornadoes at one point led 27-7.
Saw Auble make a huge throw last week.
Oh, dropped the snap, but able to get this one away.
Great job of getting that one.
So just let it fall. Wait till it stops.
And they'll down it at the 30-yard line. That's where the Warriors will take over. With 1:04 left in the first half, Warriors have one timeout left.
Oh, what a tremendous job by that Warriors defense. Standing tall after the turnover. Gave the ball to Tiffin Columbian on their own 35. And now the Warriors will have a chance to do something with it. 30 seconds, or from the 30, with a minute and 4 remaining, and they'll get the ball back at the half. One timeout remaining. Miller back in the gun.
4 receivers set here. Miller, back to pass, pump fakes, now slings it right side, complete,
Still
and the
bounds.
receiver goes out of bounds as that one's complete to Peyton Zugan.
Smart play there. Dump it down, get out of bounds.
Absolutely.
Nice heads up to get out of bounds, too.
Miller slings it left sideline, incomplete, as I think he was looking in the direction of Landon Foltz, but that one falls out of bounds, incomplete. Second down and 10.
What a beautiful throw on the run, though.
He tossed that ball effortlessly. It
I mean,
looked
just
looked
flicked
like he just flung it, yeah,
Yep.
but it went almost 20 yards.
Yeah,
Off his back foot.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that noticed. I was like,
Yeah.
did anybody just see this guy throw across,
Just with ease.
roll out of the pocket and just toss a dart?
Miller slings it over the middle, complete. Zugan on the reception once again, but he's brought down inside right at the 45-yard line. That'll keep the clock moving with 43 seconds left here in the first half.
Get on the
Warriors
ball.
right back up to the line. Third down, 3rd and 7. Miller and a flag. I believe it's going to be a false start. It's going to go against the Warriors. So 33 seconds left here in the second quarter. And the Warriors move in the wrong direction.
Need to run a little bit of extra 2 minutes during practice this week, as you got to be on the same page. You know where you're at on the field in these situational downs, knowing what the clock you're working with. You see it just go over the middle there. You know you're gonna have to be fast up to the line.
Miller slings it complete to his receiver. They have a first down as Dylan Floyd on the reception.
That's what they'll call the timeout.
That'll move the chains. It'll be another First National Bank of Sycamore first down.
They'll reset the chains.
And the clock stops long enough for them to get set. 17 seconds left. Miller back to pass. Looking, slings it. Left side, incomplete off the hands of his intended receiver, Floyd.
I think you try to do like maybe a quick little screen here or something, or maybe take a shot downfield. But again, get yourself in a situation where you can advance the ball a little bit and more in your favor, so you can take a stab at that end zone. Call that timeout.
Maybe a little hook and ladder here, maybe. Miller in the shotgun. 10 seconds left. Back to pass. Looking. Left side. He's going to roll.
All the time.
He's
in the
looking.
world.
Flag on the play, slings it down the field. It's incomplete. 1 second left on the clock. We'll see what the flag is here. Flag's presented by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. And I see an Ontario Warrior not very happy with the decision of the referees here.
I say a lot of times if they have that long in the pocket or back there to throw, it's usually going to be holding or something like that. They're going to come up with here.
Yeah, Bryson Stutes not exactly very happy with the call there. So it'll be a hold on the Warriors. That backs them up and puts them in a more difficult situation here. As now, ball at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, you were in a two-play situation there before with 10 seconds left. When
Yeah.
you timeout. Now
Yeah.
the timeout doesn't matter now.
Now it's just Chucky Fry it down the field and see what happens. One receiver here on the near side. Miller looks to him, throws it.
Yep.
That little hook and ladder, but the defense was ready for it. And that's the final play of the first half. Tiffin Columbian leading 27-14 over the Ontario Warriors. We're going to step aside. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Buckeye IT Services halftime show. And we'll have the marching band performances from both bands. We'll come back and join you with about 6 minutes to go until the start of the third quarter. Once again, you're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, don't start scrolling. Keep it locked in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall. When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
The next song details Elsa's inner conflict over deciding whether or not to leave Arendelle to track down the source of a mysterious voice she keeps hearing. Here is Into the Unknown. From the Disney musical Moana gave Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson his first musical debut as the larger-than-life demigod Maui. Featuring the Warrior drumline, this is You're Welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We direct your attention to the south end of the field as we welcome the pride of Tiffin Columbian High School, the 2023 edition of our Marching 120, the Tiffin Columbian Band, Flag Dance, and Majorette Squad. Our band is under the direction of Mr. Michael Meadows with Assistant Director Mr. Trenton Thacker. Our flag and dance squad are under the direction of Mrs. Danielle Blues, assisted by Brooke Tice and Katie Gillig. Our majorette coach is Mrs. Casey Kilroney. We begin this evening with a drill to a 1999 hit by the American rock band Blink-182. This selection was selected by Rolling Stone as one of the 100 great pop songs and is listed in the 2010 book 1001 Songs You Have to Hear Before You Die. Our Marching 120 takes to the field with a drill to Blink-182, All the Small Things. love to perform on the field for all our fans. Our next selection features them doing their thing to a piece by the Gap Band that dropped in 1982. Our women have chosen to entertain us this evening with You Dropped a Bomb on Me. Everybody knows that the Tiffin Marching 120 loves to boogie down and dance. And so we conclude our halftime show with a dance selection that's a funk rhythm and blues song recorded by the American band Cameo in 1986. It was released as their first single, Word Up. It was made into MTV music featuring LeVar Burton, and it was number 6 on the Hot 100. Here comes Cameo's Word Up.
Don't start scrolling. Keep it locked in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink. At Pit Stop convenience stores, you'll always find what you're looking for, and a little more. Their Sunoco gas helps fuel the people who fuel our world, and their fresh in-house made sandwiches will help fuel you through the rest of your workday. With 2 locations and a convenient drive-thru on North Washington Street, it's easy to see why everyone has time for a pit stop. You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we are back, and it's time for everyone's favorite segment. This week's Words of Wisdom from Nostradamus and his prophecies. Tommy, what's going to happen here in the second half? Tornadoes up by 13, but these Warriors, they're just so pesky. They're not going away.
Warriors, again, this one 27-14 as Ontario continues to hold in there, able to escape that first half, just down by a couple of scores there. But in that first half of action, it's been a telling situation. 14 first downs for the Ontario Warriors, to where they have just been able to put together long, sustained drives to keep them on the field and keep Tiffin Columbian from extending this lead. So again, you don't have to be Nostradamus to understand that in the future of this game, if you're the Ontario Warriors, the key to the second half is to keep Tiffin Columbian off the field and run your offense, chip away at that deficit, and get this one back into a manageable ball game. And if you're on the other side with Tiffin Columbian, you want to get Ontario off the field and again get stops, as third down has just been kryptonite to this Tiffin Columbian defense all year, allowing teams to hang around, as Ontario was 6 of 12 on third down in that first 24 minutes of action. So here from Frost-Kalnow Stadium in this second half, think of the Tornadoes, again, they were able to jump out to a lead early, and now they just got to put their foot on the gas and continue to put points on the board. But that defense need to come out and get stops and put teams away and put them to bed so you can get to week 13. But Ontario has plenty of chances here in the second half.
Very telling stat, Tommy, as you mentioned, third down conversions for the Warriors, 6 for 12 on the first half. Tiffin Columbian 0 for 4 on third downs. They did have 1 fourth down conversion, but they had 3 fourth downs in that first half, so they were only able to convert 1 time out of 7 third or fourth down situations, Tommy. That's got to be something that changes here in the second half. But when you think about the way this offense scores, most of their big plays come on first or second down. So that's why you're not facing too many third down situations. You only had 4 third downs compared to 12 for the Warriors. The Warriors have had those long, sustained drives like you talked about, Tommy, that just kind of back-breaking drives for a defense. Every time you think you got them stopped, they come up with another big play to come up with a first down. Tiffin Columbian, a bunch of their plays have come on the just big plays. They come at first down or second down, 50-yard touchdown run by Damian Brockington back in the first quarter.
Huge touchdown toss.
Braden to Bryce Rogo for 36 yards back in the first quarter. Damian Brockington did run it in from 1 yard out, but that was after a 30-some-yard pass. And then you talk about Brady Gooding, 34-yard pass from Braden Rogo to make it 26-7. So they've had a lot of big plays. This offense has 3 out of their 4 touchdowns have come from plays 30 or more yards. So they need more of that in the second half.
And with the Warriors, 14 points on the board, time of possession 12:02 compared to Columbian 7:09, meaning that Tiffin Columbian, their time of possession, they average about 1 minute and 20 seconds per score here in that first half of action.
Liam Kerr kicks it away, fielded at the 13-yard line. And the return man brings it back to about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. And that's where the Ontario Warriors will take over for their first possession of the second half. Junior quarterback Bodpin Miller, 10 for 17 in the first half for 76 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. He also carried the ball 7 times for 25 yards. Our leading rusher, Chase Studer, 13 carries, 86 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And Studer leads all rushers here tonight, including Brockington. Both running backs, though, with 2 touchdowns on the night.
Studer with about 8 more carries than Brockington. And this one, handoff to Studer as he's got it near the first down marker.
Well, the Warriors did a nice job towards the closing moments of that first half of trying to chip away at this deficit. They were given the opportunity to get points on the board before they came out in the second half here with the ball. But now already starting to put a nice little drive together.
Miller rolls to his right, slings it, complete, and it's intercepted. Picked off by, guess who? A.J. Hickman. He led the Tornadoes linebacking core in interceptions on the season with 4. That'll be his 5th interception on the year for the senior linebacker. Of course, turnovers presented by Pit Stop.
Look at this nice patient read by Hickman. Tries to come up, but instead goes back to the flat, picks one off, reads Miller like a book, and now the Tornadoes, after the opening drive by the Ontario Warriors ending a turnover, Tornadoes got prime real estate to try to make something happen.
Rogo, handoff, Brockington, trying to find the left side. He's got some running room. In between a couple of defenders, he's got it down near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 21. And Brockington, that's just his 6th carry of the game. That one's good for 12 yards.
That seems crazy that we're here in the second half. He's only ran the ball 6 times.
Well, they've only ran.
Yeah, they've had quick scores on the offense. So yeah, it's just crazy. He hasn't had that many carries.
They only ran 24 plays in the first half.
Yeah, it's insane.
Rogo slings it right side, complete to his receiver.
Way to get under that one.
And Corper has it, and he's got it close to the 10-yard line. That'll be another first down. Of course, first down's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. And that's Jack Corper picking up another first down for Tiffin Columbian. Tornadoes on the move once again, 27-14, leading by 13. Warriors had possession first, but they turned it over on an interception by A.J. Hickman, and now the Tornadoes have it.
You see they set Talib on the end here in a blocking situation.
Handoff, Brockington, left side, right behind Alzaquani, trying to bury his head forward to pick up a couple more. They're pushing that pile. Every Tornado on the field trying to push that pile forward. Well, they're just shy of the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2.
That's the definition of fighting for it all right there. My goodness, both these teams knowing.
That's brotherly shove there.
Yeah, that's a brotherly shove right there.
Oh, my goodness.
So now Tornadoes offense back up to the line here. Shotgun formation. Brockington in the backfield with Braden Rogo. Brockington, handoff, Rogo, and Brockington plunges into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Damian Brockington from 2 yards out puts the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes on top by 19, 33-14.
When we talk about that brotherly shove, again, you have the Liberty Bell in Philly. You might not have that here in Tiffin, but they do have the Victory Bell up in the courtyard. And Brockington with that touchdown, Tornadoes starting to inch a little bit closer as the Warriors came out in the second half with the ball, and a costly turnover has equated to points as Kerr tags on the extra point as the Tornadoes now have a 34-14 lead, Nate.
And Liam Kerr now 4 for 5 on extra points here tonight. Tiffin Columbian 34-14. Perkins was trailing St. Mary at half 21-14. They have now come back to take the lead now 28-21. Another surprising score, Tommy. Central Catholic close with Defiance. 28-20 is the score in that one. As I think a lot of people kind of expect that Toledo Central Catholic team to be the favorites in Division III this year, but I don't know. Defiance is saying, hey, we got something to say about that.
9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter of action. A turnover by the Warriors on the opening possession of the second half turned into Tiffin Columbian points as they now kick off. And the return man now.
To the 25 to the 30, and he's going to be carried forward to about the 36-yard line. Initial contact happened about the 28-yard line, but he gained another 8 yards just off sheer effort. Of course, you can find the Hopewell Loudon and Pandora Gilboa game over on the X stream. That's on YouTube only. Search YouTube, Heart of Ohio Sports X stream. You can find that game.
Chieftains has that one in hand right now.
Chieftains on top 27-3 over Pandora Gilboa. 1 seed versus the 8 seed in Region 26 of Division 7. Bodpin Miller in the shotgun takes the snap. Handoff off the left side.
Oh, no.
And Maximus Fortney says, you get back here. You ain't going nowhere. And Mason Vandelberg, the ball carrier for the Warriors.
Not a lot of room to go when you got a guy like Maximus Fortney, who's 6'1", 298 pounds. That's just before breakfast, Nate.
Yeah. Second down and 11. They lost a yard on the play. Miller, handoff once again. This time, find a little bit of running room. Studer on the carry, and he's going to be close to the first down.
I'm pretty sure that was Maximus Fortney in there to get a hold of the ankles on that one, was it? Number 69 there?
Actually, I think that was Cam Powers or Braden Barnhill.
Ooh.
And that is Barnhill on the carry once again, and he's got it up past the first down marker. And that'll move the chains for the Warriors. Barnhill comes off, Studer comes back in. So a couple of big carries there for the junior running back, Braden Barnhill.
The Warriors just got to forget about that last possession and continue to, run their game plan, control the tempo here. But you're only going to get so many opportunities with it.
Hand off to Studer off the left side, trying to find some running room. He's got an opening, bounces off a tackler, and out of bounds. Inside the 40, they'll mark him out at about the 37-yard line. Chase Studer on the carry for the Warriors.
Nice extra effort there on the run. You see Studer kind of throw Trey Booker there as the sacrificial lamb. Right on the edge. Tiptoes the sideline for Moore to convert the chains. Look at this bunch look here, Nate.
Bunched on the right side. Handoff to Studer. And he breaks a tackle, but he's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Back to the 40-yard line.
You got better luck sneaking Dawn past the Rooster than to sneak that run past A.J. Hickman there.
I was going to say, it's a great job by A.J. Hickman there. The runner gets behind him, but he stays right there with him, hangs on to him, brings him down.
So 2nd and 12 now for the Warriors, who definitely need to make the most out of this possession after a turnover on their last drive. Put them even further behind the 8 ball now.
2 receiver set, shotgun formation, Bodpin Miller in the shotgun. 2nd down and 13, handoff Studer. And he's got some running room.
Look at that, just right up the middle.
It seems like every time they've got him backed up, Tommy, they'll hit an inside run and pick up 8, 7, 8, 9 yards and get them closer for a 3rd down situation.
You need to be able to read your keys better and come up in that situation. Especially, like I said, you really haven't had that much penetration or that much pressure up front. You got a lot of hole stoppers and cloggers there on that defensive line, but you need to get in the backfield.
Miller slings it left side, complete to his receiver. It's going to be short of the 1st down.
What a way for
Noah Poole on the reception.
And what a way for BG3 to shed the block there of Landon Foltz.
4th down coming up here. Handoff, Studer up the middle, and he's got the first. He's inside the 25 down to the 23 4-yard line. Actually, they'll mark him right at the 25.
Well, you're averaging 5 or 6 yards per carry. That's a no-brainer there on 4th and 1. Here in 4-down territory, down 20 points. Clock continues to roll. But these drives can't continue to. If you're a defense, you gotta make this drive stall out. As
big stop there as Nate Spencer, the ball carrier, wrapped up and driven backwards.
And you guys notice here how they're being very, very careful taking care of the football here on this possession after turning it over at that big interception to start the second half.
Ethan Reynolds on the stop for the Tornadoes. That's a good point, Tom or Greggy. They got to take better care of the football, and you haven't seen them throw the ball a whole lot.
Yep.
34-14, Columbian leading by 20.
I like the way this Reynolds raps.
No.
Man of motion.
Too clingy.
Miller gonna make some moves.
Oh, what a move by Bodpin Miller.
Makes him great.
Breaks a tackle, and he's inside the 5-yard line. What a move by Bodpin Miller.
Remember those hooks in the stage that kind of made MJ be able to do that lean? Well, you see it right here with Miller where he actually does the lean himself as he's just cutting it back, tries to cut it back up, but now knocking on the door for a score.
1st and goal at the 4. Studer handoff up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown. Studer punches it in from 4 yards out.
And the way you move the ball between the 20s, that's one thing. But when you get in the red zone and you continuously just allow teams to walk right through defensively, that weighs on you. I mean, you got to be able to get some stops. You got to be able to have some big athletic bodies, be able to shed blocks and make stops in the gaps. And Tiffin Columbian, I mean, again.
Kick is up, and it is good, and it's now 34-21.
Explosive offense by the Tornadoes have carried them thus far to week 12. But, again, you're vying for a state championship or you're looking at a regional championship and trying to get there. It takes all 3 phases.
Yep, absolutely right.
Let's step aside real quick.
Yeah, let's step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Let Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacation, take the stress out of booking your next getaway. Specializing in family and group vacations, as well as adults-only trips, Heather can also help you with booking your dream destination wedding. Most trips are planned at no additional cost to you, and you'll have her support both pre-travel and in-destination with every step of the way. Book your next dream getaway now. Heather Hunker, travel advisor with Magical Moments Vacations.
And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. 5:04 left to play here in the third quarter. Warriors draw closer. It's 34-21, Tiffin Columbian, as the Tornadoes get set to receive this kickoff. Big number 47, Carter Weaver on to kick off for the Warriors, as this one's an onside kick, and it's fielded by the Tornadoes right at midfield. What a job by Hickman to come up and grab that ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
You talk about heads up. Nobody else saw that coming.
And it was quick.
3 guys.
And he's so smart because you don't have to wait. Go up there and grab it. Get the ball. If you're on the receiving team, you don't have to wait for that ball to go 10 yards.
Because you never know what the second bounce will do.
That's such a heads-up play and smart insight there, Nate, is, again, not having to wait, come up and get it.
Yep. Big-time play.
Big time. That could have been a huge game momentum turner right there, guys.
Pistol formation. Rogo. Handoff. Brockington into the open. Nobody's going to catch him. To the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Tiffin Columbian. Damian Brockington says, hello, I want another 50-yard tutty.
And guys, what's that 3 tonight to put him at 33 on the season?
That's right.
Oh, my goodness. So what did I tell you the other day, Nate? 35 is what you need to make the list in the state of Ohio. 35 rushing touchdowns.
That's right.
For the
Well,
entire
again,
state.
if you're the Tornadoes, After that onside kick attempt, they say, "You're going to try to mess on me." Brockington takes it to the house on the ensuing play. Now the Tornadoes, in quick fashion,
wow.
Yeah, and Brockington.
Look at the blocks. Look at the blocks. Like, just look at that hole he had to run through. And Miller almost did catch him there, Tommy. You were right. I didn't think anybody was going to catch him, but Miller almost had the step.
The kick was good there.
Liam Kerr knocks through the extra point. It's 41-21. Tiffin Columbian on top by 20. 4:55 left to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, just watching those athletes go at it. But hard foot race to win.
We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg, the Wizard Kinn, up here in the press box with us. We've got Austin Rodriguez on the main cam and Eric Hall down on the sidelines with us. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. This kickoff is going to hit down, and the return man's got to fall on top of it right about the 27-yard line. Heads-up play there by Chase Stauffer. As
kind of a high short kick.
Yeah, and if he didn't jump on top of that, Columbian special teams player was going to. Because look at that. Just 2 steps away there.
Well, more of the same here late in the third quarter, 4:54 remaining. Tiffin Columbian still with a 20-point advantage. And, man, the way that this offense just lights up the scoreboard, they know how to shut me up pretty quick.
Miller back to pass, slings it over the middle, complete. And a nice reception there by Quentin Frankhouse. Of course, the only Frankhouse I've ever seen be successful here has an R at the end.
Frank Hauser?
Frank Hauser.
Oh, Chase?
Chase.
Familiar names from the decade of coverage we've been doing.
2nd and 2. Miller slings it complete. That's Floyd on the reception.
Almost made
and he's got it down to about the 45-yard line. Dylan Floyd, the receiver on the play.
I'd say about 9 out of 10 athletes, you make that move on and they're dust. Talabas Aquani kind of makes the readjustment. As the step was early enough for him to be back far enough to readjust and come back over.
Miller back to pass.
Staggered.
Looking, slings it down the left sideline. Nobody there, as he just kind of threw that one away. 2nd down coming up here. Ball at the 44-yard line. 4 receivers set here. Miller in the shotgun, 1 back in the backfield with him. Takes the snap. Looking. Slings it left sideline. Incomplete. Gooding there on the coverage. How's Aquani over there as well?
A towering Miller can put that ball only where his receivers can get it. Normally that takes a little bit of extra effort by most quarterbacks to try to even get the ball up in the air like that.
We'll send it down to our sideline reporter after this play here. Eric Hall down there on the sideline with us.
Columbian showing blitz.
3rd and 10. Miller slings it down the field. He's got a man. Oh!
You got to believe
just overthrows his intended receiver.
You got to believe that pressure right there.
Landon Foltz, the intended receiver there. Yeah, you're right. The pressure. It was right there. Now let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. Eric, what's going on, man? How's this game going down there, man?
It's fun down here, man. There's a different feel on the sidelines when they're trying to get back in the game here and trying to swing this momentum back. Columbian doesn't have that nervous energy over here like I've seen earlier in the season. Like they're calm. And they're showing it because they're coming right back out on offense and hitting them back.
There we go. Miller slings it over the middle, and it's complete. He's got a man, and they've got the first down.
On a big fourth down conversion.
Fourth down and 10.
And all the time in the world for Miller to move the chains. And again, the fourth and distance, the third and distance situation. It doesn't matter if it's third and short. It doesn't matter if it's third and long. These Warriors find a way to convert.
Miller slings it over the middle, has a man, but he drops the pass.
And the drop balls and the turnovers, that's really been the difference here tonight thus far. As you talk about points off turnovers, those 2 turnovers resulted into points, equating to 14 points. And you see we're still at that 20-point deficit. So every down, every drive matters here in the postseason.
Shotgun set, 2 receivers. Handoff to Studer, and the defense this time closes the gap very quickly. And I don't even think he gained a yard. No gain on the play. A.J. Hickman on the stop for Tiffin Columbian. Second down and 10, actually third down and 10 coming up now.
Another third and long.
Let's see what they dial up here, guys.
Miller slings it right side, complete to his receiver.
Good block.
Has some blockers in front, and I think they're going to have the first down. They do, as Noah Poole on the reception for the Warriors.
Bring the pressure on that one. Just unable to get to the athletic Miller on time as he just waits for it. Sends it down. Blocks in place in the screen. Good enough to move the chains.
Miller in the shotgun with Studer back there with him. Back to pass, slings it over the middle, complete. He's got Floyd. Floyd inside the 10, makes a man miss. And he's going to be down right around the 10-yard line.
And a soft spot in the zone coverage once again. A guy like Miller.
Ball at the 10. 2nd and 1, so they can still pick up the first down here if they move it past the 9-yard line. Noah Poole, single receiver out to the left side. 3 receivers bunched on the right side of the formation. Miller looks like he's going to take off and run with it. He's got some blockers, and he's going to be brought down inside the 5, but that'll be a first down for the Warriors. 1:45 left to play in the third quarter. And I tell you, Tommy, it's got to be frustrating because, you know, with this Tiffin Columbian offense, every time they get on the field, they've scored except for one drive. But this defense, they have this bend but don't break mentality, but they've been breaking here tonight as they get down inside the red zone, and it just seems like Ontario has it figured out. Inside the 10-yard line, they've really had very little resistance from this TC defense. They must have saw something on film that they wanted to exploit inside the red zone, because I've not seen this TC defense literally give up this many touchdowns inside the red zone. Usually they stiffen up. It hasn't been the case tonight.
Just barely get that one in there. Kind of a little delayed on the signal from the field, but
the extra point attempt is up and good, and it's 41-28. And these Warriors, they're just sticking around.
With as talented of a squad as this Tiffin Tornado team has fielded this year, I mean, they're Jekyll and Hyde. They really are. I mean, it is frustrating to watch because that offense, as good as it is, and as explosive as it is, then you get on the Jekyll side of things, and it gets pretty ugly.
Well, yeah, you take a look at the last 2 defensive stands there from Columbian. You had the interception on the first drive, and on this one, they just couldn't do anything to stop them. They just marched right down the field against them. Jekyll and Hyde, just like you talk about.
And that's the thing, too, is, again, teams are able to hang around, and they're able to make the most out of their possessions. It might take them a few more plays than Tiffin Columbian to get it on the board, but they're able to get it on the board. And then Tiffin Columbian, again, they're tasked with, just go out there, get a quick score and then go back to work on defense. Well, that gets tiring after a while, and it's no fault of the offense that they're scoring in less than 5 plays. But, again, your inability defensively to put teams away, once you get this out to a certain lead, it deflates a team.
Yeah.
It gets in their head. You need to be able to.
What kind of kick are we going to see here, guys?
He just kicks this one off.
You need to put one foot on the
through
gas
the end zone
and one on your opponent's neck.
I was watching Carter Weaver at halftime, and he was teeing the ball up from the 40-yard line and booting it through the field goal posts. So that kid's got a heck of a leg on him. So if they need a field goal tonight, they got it.
And this is the smart move here. No, gimmicks, none of that silly stuff.
No hocus pocus.
No, just all focus as you kick a true kickoff here. You're going to make Tiffin Columbian start off with a true drive here, as the short field has fielded nice results for the Tornadoes thus far.
Hand off to Brockington, and he's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, as our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, is in the process of gathering a possible assistant. I've heard that he has an assistant down there on the sidelines that wants to be more involved. So we'll check in with him here in just a minute. Rogo slings it left side, complete to Bryce Rogo, and
Nice
Bryce
read there.
goes out of bounds, but they're going to say he's in bounds when he was brought down. So that'll keep the clock moving. Ball at the 24-yard line, 3rd down and 6.
Quentin Frankhouse with the stop. Again, there's Warriors kind of lying in wait, wanting to get a stop, not getting overzealous, not really creating the pressure, just kind of playing a little conservative here.
3rd and 6. Ball at the 24. Rogo in the shotgun.
They'll bring the blitz.
Looking, slings it down the field. He's got Corper. Corper goes up and makes the catch. What a catch by Jack Corper. Boy, he went over top of Chase Stauffer and mossed him on that one. Wow. 3rd and 6. And that's what they drew up. And wow, what a play.
Just a dart. Rogo, they bring the pressure.
I mean, just
pockets
look at it.
collapse.
Look at it
But
throw.
it's just enough time for the Akron commit to throw that downfield and advance Tiffin Columbian all the way down to, I believe they'll spot this around the 35.
That's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter here.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter. Tiffin Columbian leading 41-28. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Hey, don't start scrolling. Keep it locked in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Serving local employers and businesses for over 30 years, Pyramid Recruiting Offices has been operating out of that familiar A-frame building located at 373 North Washington Street since 1988. Call Pyramid Recruiting today at 419-447-0455. Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Tiffin's only locally owned and operated job placement service.
Experience the ultimate luxury treatment at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. At Tiffin's largest salon and spa, we offer a full array of services to help you look and feel your best. From hair and nails to massages and skincare, we also accommodate groups and are the perfect place for bridal parties, girl days, and even date night. Everyone needs a little R&R. Enjoy some self-care at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa.
You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Rogo slings it over the middle. He's got Gooding, and Gooding has it at the 20-yard line, and that's another 1st down for Tiffin Columbian. All 1st downs brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore.
Sometimes you forget that they have an English name. He said Gooding. I was like, who's Gooding? My man BG3 comes up with a huge reception.
Oh, yeah, he has a name.
Yeah.
Who is this? Gooding?
1st and 10. Ball is at 20. Braden Rogo, handoff, Brockington. And the defense is there to make the stop after just a yard gain on the play.
Defense, instead of trying to put pressure and come up, you see him kind of just shed the block there, try to go to the strong side of the play and try to plug up holes.
Yeah.
And I believe you'll see exactly Tiffin Columbian's answer to that defensive scheme on this play.
2 backs in the backfield, shotgun set, 2nd down and 7. Rogo back to pass, looking. He got Brockington in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Damian Brockington with his 4th touchdown here in the ball game. This one through the air from 20 yards out. And the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes add to their advantage. Once again, it is 47-28 with 10:53 left in the ball game.
Look at this, 2 on his hip. He's expecting some kind of maybe a run here, but just that 2-yard bomb right to the back of the end zone for Brockington.
I can't believe Brockington
on an island.
Got behind both of those defenders out there in the corner of the end zone.
Prior to this game, the most
34 or 33. Does it count only as a rushing touchdown?
I think it's only. We're talking rushing only.
Rushing.
So that
only
doesn't
rushing.
count towards that record. Because there's a separate record for total touchdowns.
Prior to this game,
gonna beat my record for that.
The only team that had scored this many points was Shelby, and that was the only Warriors loss on the season when they gave up 37 to the Shelby Whippets.
That almost sounds like a familiar story with the Columbian team, is where you can match them in points, but if your defense can't stop them, that's the games that you fall in.
That's exactly right.
You can't fall behind early either.
Tiffin Columbian puts up 48 on the board. They now lead by 20 with 10:53 left to play in the ball game. Let's take a look around the area at the Pyramid Recruiting Office's scoreboard.
Now you want to.
Oh, Carey is just all over Columbia, 48-0. Blue Devils look like they might be playing for real.
Look at that, though, over on the X stream, though. Hopewell Loudon. Yeah, you see it right there, folks. Division 7, Region 26, quarterfinal in running clock, 33-3.
Right about the same time we are. Big time performance last week by that Hopewell Loudon defense. They had 5 sacks, Tommy. All 5 of those sacks came from former Eagles. As Wyatt Crow had 3 sacks in that game. And Aiden Ewald had 2.
Oh.
That one fielded at the 12-yard line.
Over pursuit.
And now he's into the open, to the 45, to the 50, and he runs right into the kicker.
Wow.
I tell you, that was like Antonio Brown trying to run over the punter. Like, you didn't have to do that, man. You could have ran right around that guy.
But how about the guts of the kicker?
Liam Kerr.
Not only being in his way, but to say, I'm not just going to be in your way. I'm going to be a wall, and I'm taking you down.
He said, don't call me a soccer player today.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this. I mean, think of the momentum he's got when he's hauling downfield like that, and then just all of a sudden, boom, wraps him up. He says, no, because tell me how easy it would be to bounce off a tackle running that fast.
Jeez.
Well, now
the sideline was pumped for Liam Kerr getting that tackle.
Gives Ontario a quick chance to right or wrong on that last.
Bodpin Miller
all the time
steps up, takes off, and he's going to be brought down at about the 30, maybe the 29-yard line.
We got a player down?
Yeah, he ran right into the defender there.
Bounced right off the knee.
I think it was right in the chest. I think he took that helmet right in the gut. I think it's A.J. Bonnell down on the play. I'm not sure. I thought that was 35 is what I saw.
Very reminiscent of
52, Minnie Aller.
Yep.
Oh no, that's not. Yeah, we won't talk about that. It looks like that's going to hurt for a minute or two, but he'll be all right. He can walk that one off. All right, I think our sideline reporter Eric Hall has a junior correspondent down there with him. And we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter now. Eric, who do you have with you here today?
What's your name?
Amelia.
Amelia's mom got a hold of me this week and said that Amelia's a big fan of Heart of Ohio Sports. She watches us all the time, and she wanted to be on the show with us.
Uh-oh.
So we see her every week down here with the flag squad.
Only sometimes.
I see you running around a lot down here. So are you going to be a flag squad girl when you get older?
Yeah.
That will be awesome. Do you have any shout-outs for anybody? Do you want to say hi to anybody?
No.
You want to say hi to your mom even that got you in here?
Yeah.
Say hi to your mom.
She says I like
All right, well, we got some T-shirts. Do you want to go throw some T-shirts in the crowd?
I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah, let's go do that. Those students over there, they go crazy when you throw T-shirts.
Dude, on that last run.
All right, let's run this play here as Bodpin Miller steps up and he's brought down in the backfield. Big 73, Bradley Willman with the sack.
I just throw it to him.
All night you've been trying to get to Miller. He keeps escaping, pocket collapsing. You just got to have Will, man. As he comes up with a huge sack.
Well, you got to love there, too. He looked to go both directions there, and there was a Columbian defender on each side. So, no.
So after Studer's gained to the 19, now the Warriors driven back to the 29 from where our sideline report first started from.
Second down. Miller rolls to the right. He's going to take off and run with it. He's got room. And what a play by Miller in the open field, and he's into the end zone. Wow. Touchdown, Ontario. Bodpin Miller from 29 yards out. What an electric run by the junior quarterback, Bodpin Miller. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of those ones you can't teach.
And one of those classic examples. Here you see him making chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what. Has the blocks on the edge. You see the lineman telling him, hey, just turn it up and go. Cuts it back up across the middle, and he just, like a gazelle, just leaps himself into the end zone.
Yeah, you got to love when your linemen don't worry as much about trying to block for you at that point as they know what you can do, and they're like, hey, go this direction. Here's an open hole for you, this way. Just leading your quarterback to the promised land.
And we got a shootout at the Frost-Kalnow tonight.
The Frost-Kalnow?
The OK Corral? No, it's the Frost-Kalnow. 48-35, Tiffin Columbian. Inside of 9 minutes to play here. And this Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes offense is going to get another chance to add to that advantage here. Or maybe the Warriors defense comes up with a stop. We'll see. But I'll tell you, Tommy, the way this Warriors offense is playing right now, if you're Tiffin Columbian, you almost have to keep your feet on. You got to keep your foot on the pedal here. Keep that gas to the floor because you can't let up. And I would not be. I do not want to see this offense come out and try to play ball control or play not to lose.
Yeah, a little late in the game for that.
Exactly. I want to see them come out and just absolutely dominate, do exactly what they've been doing all game long. You notice they got the hands team up right now.
It's like a boxer in the heavyweight fight. You can't let the guy hang around until he hits you with the knockout blow. You got to take him out.
You got Gooding, Bryce Rogo, Jack Newlove, Talib Al-Zaquani, and A.J. Hickman up close. And then you have Zach Shawberry. So all 6 of those up men here are definitely your hand specialists.
Even the ones in the back are scooting up here.
Absolutely.
The best way to keep the ball out of the hands of the Tornadoes. So go
another onside kick attempt. Al-Zaquani goes up and grabs it and goes down with it at the 45-yard line. So Talib Al-Zaquani.
The reason they're called the hands team. Look at the hands there.
Goes up and grabs that one.
And that's what you love about postseason football is at the end of the day, when you have 2 evenly contested squads out there, it comes down to talent. It comes down to playmakers. It comes down to who's going to be an athlete.
Who's going to be an athlete?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a former athlete.
That's a good shirt.
I think Eric has one more little drop in he wants to get in here. We'll throw it down to him after this play as he's got another shirt to give away here. Rogo, handoff, Brockington, left side, trying to find the edge. A flag flies in from behind. I think that's going to be a holding call on the offensive line. So let's throw it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. He's down there with our junior correspondent, Amelia. What are we doing?
But I can't throw that really on.
Oh, your mic cut out down there. There we go.
Well, you don't need to throw to anybody because you're here every week and you try to catch a shirt and those crazy students never let you get one. So we're going to give you your own shirt, okay? We got your own size and everything. So there you go.
How do you know my size?
Because I asked.
Oh, my mom.
Yep.
How do you know my size?
That is going to be holding.
Thank you for being with us. That was really good.
All right, there you have it. Eric Hall with his junior correspondent, Amelia, down on the sideline. Thanks again, Eric.
That guy runs marathons. You see the way he gets up?
Did you hear the noise when he got up?
Heard it from up here.
Hand off to Brockington. And he's got it down to about the 40-yard line before he's brought down. 5-yard gain there. They'll give him the 41, so give him 6 on the carry. 48-35, Tiffin Columbian on top, but this Ontario Warriors squad is just, I'll tell you, they're like a thorn in the side here of this Tornadoes offense. Every time they think they can kind of take a breath, this Warriors squad says, no time for breathing yet.
Yeah, you're going to get everybody's best shot. You know what's on the line here.
Pistol formation, Rogo takes the snap, slings it left side for Gooding, and that's incomplete. And that'll be it's going to bring up 3rd down here, 3rd and 14 coming up for this Tornadoes offense. Gooding had it was a good look there by Rogo, but he just didn't put the ball where he needed to for Gooding to make the play.
Now this is a interesting call defensively. You got Tiffin Columbian after the penalty pinned at a 3rd and 14, incomplete pass.
Tornadoes with it at the 41. Shotgun formation. Rogo takes the snap. Looking, slings it over the middle. He's got his man Gooding with the reception, has the first down, and he's got it down to the 41-yard line. BG3 says, it's 3rd down. That means just give it to me.
Well, this is a nice drive. And you've seen that. A drive put together by the Tornadoes. That's what you need to do here in the 4th quarter. Control the pace. Again, there's a difference between playing to win and playing not to lose. And you're getting your offense rolling.
Three receivers set. Rogo brings a man in motion. That's Gooding. They sling it to Gooding out of the backfield. Now Gooding, double pass here. He's going down the field for Brockington at the 5 and into the end zone. BG3 to Damian Brockington for 41 yards and another TC touchdown.
You're definitely not going to be short of highlights, Greg, to sift through, as this one has been a barn burner. As
fireworks.
The double pass here, BG3 finds a streak in Brockington into the end zone.
And that's the 5th touchdown of the game for Damian Brockington now.
He's like, okay, can I run one again though, guys? Hold on a minute. Last 2 through the air there, but still.
Wow.
5 touchdowns.
Could you imagine as a player having as an extra point sails through, having 5 touchdowns and you're still not out of the woods?
Yeah, you still gotta hope that you can hold them off a little bit longer. 7.5 minutes left. And Tommy, they get the ball with 9 minutes. It takes a minute and a half, they get another score. I mean,
that's been the average of the time of possession.
But that's what we wanted from them. We wanted them to come out and just say, hey, we don't care what the score is. We're just going to keep doing what we do.
Well, it's like watching your mother-in-law drive off a cliff in your new Mustang. You just don't know how to feel about it. Because I am conflicted here as this defense continuously the inability to make stops here late in the game have kept the Ontario Warriors hanging around. But that offense just hasn't
kind of cool.
stopped. See the Fireflies coming out on the Ontario Warriors side.
I like that.
Well, not. That is appropriate.
Hey, Eric, if you look over there on the sideline, you see the ones that are really dim? Those are the green bubble ones.
those are the Android phones like you, right?
The Tornadoes in quick fashion. Another minute and a half drive. Extend the lead.
Hey, don't yell at us about fixing this scoreboard. That's not on us this week. I don't want to hear it. Don't even comment. Don't even drop a comment. I've got the camera pointed at the scoreboard. Don't tell me anything about fixing the scoreboard. We know what the score is. It's 55-35.
I was like, why are you saying this? And I just looked down and realized it was not
They said
right.
20-35. And I'm like, I can't wait for people to chime in the comments. Everybody feels like they have to be the one to say something.
Just like, why?
Even though 20 people have already said something. It's like, well, I got to say something too. Hey, fix the scoreboard.
I mean, I guess to be fair, sometimes people comment at the same time, Facebook. It's just like 5 people say the same thing at the same time. But yeah, I didn't see the score change for a minute there. And I'm like, what is he bringing up the scoreboard for? I got it right.
7:21 remaining. And not out of the woods yet for the Tornadoes with a 20-point advantage, 55-35.
Miller, back to pass, steps up. Oh, the stiff arm and then gets rid of it. What a play by Bodpin Miller. Wow.
Yeah, you talk about playmakers. That's the definition.
He stiff armed with one hand and threw the ball with the other hand.
I can't recall the last time I think I've ever seen this. Again,
We don't even see this at the NFL level most of the time. Look at that.
No,
Look,
hold on a minute. Hold on. Give me a second to find my guy.
Jesus. Whew.
Slips it in between 3 defenders.
And Miller once again completes the pass. This one to Quentin Frankhouse.
Frankhouse stays in bounds, though.
About 4 yards shy of the first down at the 46-yard line. Warriors on the move once again.
Already past midfield here.
Miller in the shotgun. And a timeout called by Tiffin Columbian. And if you're the defensive coordinator, your defensive staff for Tiffin Columbian, you're probably saying to yourself, come on, can we get a stop, guys? Come on, can we come up and make stops?
I mean, it's that true definition of a dual threat.
You got to think, these Ontario Warriors, they're not going to go away easy. And this is a team that's put up a lot of points this year. 39 points a game they average coming into this game. So, it's a tall task for any defense to want to stop them.
Yeah, trying to deal with Miller there on the other side of the ball is a tall task for any defense I do not envy.
No.
As you see around the area, see Chardon over Geneva right now. Hopewell Loudon 33-3 over Pandora Gilboa.
That's a final, I believe, right?
Not quite yet.
Perkins 28-21 over St. Mary's right now.
So we're very close here. I can tell that.
Bishop Watterson 44-7 in that lopsided affair.
Miller has pressure, now rolls to the left. Still looking.
Looking.
And he's just going to have to throw this one away. Wise play there by Bodpin Miller. And I'm just going to be honest, I don't see quarterbacks do that enough. When they're rolling and they're rolling out, too many times I see quarterbacks either take the sack there or try to run it out of bounds because they're so worried about their completion percentage. They don't want to throw the incomplete because, then it drops my completion percentage.
I think some of them in that is just the athletic ability there, Miller, to be able to do that. Some people can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go continue to check through his progressions.
Looking for Lloyd. That one incomplete.
And again, this junior quarterback, this signal caller for Ontario, still has another year.
Yeah.
Still has a lot of time to hone his craft and kind of get these balls a little more under control. As you see a couple balls sail a little bit too high for the intended target. That's just being a 6'4", almost 200-pound athlete.
Certainly as advertised here tonight.
100%.
4th and 5.
Flag on the play. This one's going to come back. It's going to be a false start on the offense.
Trying to get the defense to jump here, but you gotta have that discipline. Now it was a 4th and 5, bring up 4th and 9. But the conversion rate tonight kind of proves that that's not even a matter for concern.
Yeah.
As Diamond.
Miller slings it over the middle, picked off. Corper with the interception, and he's got it up to the 45-yard line. And on 4th and 9, the Tiffin Columbian defense comes up with the stop.
I mean, you're just kind of forced to make that throw there if you're Miller. Again, reckless abandon, not so much. You see drop top, Diamantopoulos gets some pressure, forces the quarterback to roll out, but look at the heads-up play by Brockington. Not over-pursuing, puts his arms up, getting in the way of Miller to where he's forced to make a bad throw into the lion arms of Jack Horford.
That turnover brought to you by Pit Stop. Of course, the winner of tonight's game moves on to face the winner of the Buckeye versus Norton game, with right now Buckeye leading Norton, the 2 seed, 49-28.
Wow.
Rogo, handoff, Brockington.
Whoa. A second block.
And he stutter steps his way inside the Ontario side of the field.
Braylon Albo did a nice job blocking, but seeing Brockington get that second effort, he's like, hey, what are you still doing up?
Take a detour around his teammate there. He said, go this way.
That's why they make you push that sled to the whistle. As Albo does a tremendous job getting that next level block as well. You see this draw on that counter right behind the pulling guard. And Albo up at the second level continues to make some blocks, and this clock continues to roll here.
Brockington on the handoff, spins out of a tackle, and into the open, and to the 30, to the 25. Did you see him slow down?
Yeah.
He slowed down on purpose.
Trying to eat up a little bit of that
He
clock.
didn't want to score because he's trying to eat up more clock. You can't convince me. You cannot convince me he didn't put on the brakes.
Slow down and look back.
He put on the brakes.
Well, by all rights, number 64, Braden Robinson makes a heck of a play defensively. Just completely untouched.
You think a defensive tackle's going to run down Brockington in the back?
Yeah, right there.
Right here he goes. Okay.
What are you doing?
Why else was he looking backwards and slowing
He said,
down?
I don't need 6. I don't need 6.
How many points are enough? The answer is more, but Brockington trying to control and dictate the pace here late in the fourth.
Rogo in the shotgun, takes the snap, handoff, Brockington up the middle. And this time just a yard gain on the play.
Reminds you of that old Nick Chubb run where he went out of bounds. Or
Yeah,
went down
it
before
did.
Scoring, you know?
Yeah. Or that, well, no, never mind. I was going to say that Todd Gurley play, but he actually fell into the end zone trying to stop.
It's hard to think of instances where there was
Well, you
unselfish plays.
Yeah. Can't say I do the same. Give me all the yards. Give me all the touchdowns. Give me all the records.
I just had a viewer message me and said that was a Cardale Jones stiff arm, talking about Miller's stiff arm down here.
Yeah,
I did. You know, he makes a good point because Cardale Jones did do that a couple times at Ohio State.
For sure. Might as well had a 2x4 for an arm.
Rogo, handoff to Brockington, skips to the outside, flag on the play, comes in. And this one's going to be right around the 16, maybe the 17-yard line, but a hold is going to bring this one back.
I could have rolled that defense to a natty.
Yeah. Looking back, that was a star-studded cast.
The hold on the play will bring this one back.
I think that was on Rogo on the perimeter there.
Come on, Rogo.
55-35, Tiffin Columbian on top. 3:57 left to play here in the ball game. Of course, Tiffin Columbian will, if they're to win this game, they're going to move on to the regional semifinal. Once again, they await the winner of the Buckeye versus Norton game, with Buckeye leading right now. Oh, Norton's come back to make this one a game. 49-41 is the score in that one. So another shootout going on between the 2 seed and the 7 seed here in Region 10. Of course, the winner of that game would face the winner of this game at a neutral site next week. And we'll have that for you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, as long as Columbian wins.
Rogo is in motion.
Handoff, Brockington up the middle. And he's got it down to about the 26. Did you catch that as Columbia wins?
No, I was just at the end of that run there again. It almost looked like he kind of.
Oh yeah, definitely. He let up.
Pulled on the brakes a little bit.
For sure.
Tapping his feet. Wasn't practicing for his wasn't practicing for his recital, Greg. As he taps his feet down and clock continues to roll here. And what a way to send Rogo into motion. You've seen him be so effective on that wide receiver screen. This time they send him as a blocking back.
Pistol formation, 3 receivers set, 2 backs in the backfield. Rogo takes the snap, third down, pitch out to Brockington. On the right side, has some blockers. Cuts it up inside, tried to stay in bounds. They're going to say he did stay in bounds. He's tackled at the 16. Actually, they'll mark him at the 17-yard line.
I think it was like one of those force-out rule type things.
I was going to say, his momentum was keeping him in bounds.
Turned back inside.
Yep. Central Catholic leading Defiance 41-26. That one's in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that
Carey.
was not a first down. My bad. I thought he got the first on that one.
No, just shy. Ooh. About 2 yards shy. Yeah, about 2.5 yards shy of the
my
first.
Bad. Sorry, when he went out of bounds, I thought he was already past it.
You got to play a full 48 minutes. And I know most people don't like your grandpa's football where you kind of control the clock.
Oh, I love
it. You do the balanced attack. And that, again, I won't come off that hill saying it. In some instances, it's been a detriment to the way these Tornadoes run their game plan, because when you're averaging 1.5 minutes per possession, your defense is out there for a long time.
Timeout on the play. Timeouts presented by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll use this time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here for this playoff edition of high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Buckeye IT Services, UIS Insurance and Investments, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, your Legacy Federal Credit Union, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Pit Stop, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Plastonite 3D Printing and Design, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Klaus Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and Dr. Jack Felton and family. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's awesome. Everybody loves Nostradamus.
It's the best.
It is the best.
Cracks me up every time.
Fourth down and 2. Offense on the field for Tiffin Columbian. Rogo in the pistol formation here. Handoff, Brockington has the first down, and he's going to be down to about the 14-yard line. That'll be good enough to move the chains. Another first down brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore.
Oh, now I can use this.
Tasty.
That's going to take us under 1.5 minutes here, guys.
1:28 left to play here in the ball game. Tiffin Columbian figures to close this one out and move on to the regional semifinal next week. Buckeye still leading Norton 49-41. Once again, folks, as long as Tiffin Columbian wins and Hopewell wins, we'll continue to cover these same teams next week as they continue their march through the playoffs. And Braden Rogo takes a knee. And this Tiffin Columbian offense.
Officials even raising the roof.
Pumping up the play clock, Tommy. Pumping up the play clock.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Oh, is that what that?
They're going to have to run one more play here, so we'll have to come out and kneel the ball one more time.
Glad I have you here to always give us the insight. Again, that's why you're the best in the biz over a decade of coverage.
Dude, they're already ready to line up and shake hands here. All right, folks, that's a final. Tornadoes moving on to the regional semifinal. Final. Tiffin 55, Ontario 35. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, don't start scrolling. Keep it locked in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, don't start scrolling. Keep it locked in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Serving local employers and businesses for over 30 years, Pyramid Recruiting Offices has been operating out of that familiar A-frame building located at 373 North Washington Street since 1988. Call Pyramid Recruiting today at 419-447-0455. Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Tiffin's only locally owned and operated job placement service.
Experience the ultimate luxury treatment at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. At Tiffin's largest salon and spa, we offer a full array of services to help you look and feel your best. From hair and nails to massages and skincare, we also accommodate groups and are the perfect place for bridal parties, girl days, and even date night. Everyone needs a little R&R. Enjoy some self-care at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa.
You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, don't start scrolling. Keep it locked in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Plassanite, where imagination meets innovation. Unleash your creativity with precision 3D printing. Your ideas, our expertise. Plassanite, your 3D printing partner. You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn up here in the press box with us. And we have Austin Rodriguez running the main cam. Eric Hall, our sideline reporters down there waiting to round up our player of the game. You're tuned in here on the postgame show brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Once again, your final score, Tiffin Columbian 55, Ontario 35. And Tommy, this one was different. This is a lot different than what we've seen all year from this Tiffin Columbian squad, because usually if they put up a lot of points, it's either going to be a really close shootout game or they're just going to blow teams out. This game, it never really got close, but it felt like there was always an opportunity for Ontario to take it that next step. If they could just come up with a turnover or come up with a way to come up with a stop for that Tiffin Columbian offense, this might be a different ball game. But they just they didn't have an answer for that Tiffin Columbian offense, and that's the story of this one. 55 points on the board for that Tornado offense, and I tell you, when that Tornadoes team scores 55 points, it's tough to beat them.
Oh, absolutely. As Greg cuts away from the project in the middle of the field to me scratching myself. 55-35 as the Tornadoes take care of business here at home. But the bigger question is, how do you handle that on the road? Can you put together all three facets of the game as Week 13 approaches? And it's not gonna get any easier, pal.
Yeah.
As the Ontario Warriors, they came in tonight looking to give their best shot, and they definitely did that with that young Miller and company here tonight. But the Tornadoes able to get out early, and that's kind of been their calling card. In those games where Tiffin Columbian is able to get out to an early lead and sustain those leads, then normally walk away with the victory. But the defense, again, you're just a few stops away from just being a complete powerhouse, especially in the postseason. You can't allow teams to hang around, especially in the postseason. As Week 13 gets ready, you're going to be facing either the winner out of that Norton game or Buckeye, and I didn't get to see the final of that, but last we knew 49-41.
It's now 49-47.
With Norton down 40.
No, Norton down by 2.
2 right now. What do they got on the screen over here, guys? I can't see what the...
I'm not sure exactly what that is.
I was trying to see maybe it was that Norton game.
Is it the Norton game?
I can't tell.
Well, it's not as in crystal clear.
Is that the Norton game right there on the...
I think so.
Oh, they missed the 2-point conversion.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
But, yeah, nonetheless.
Norton was the number 2 team in Division III all year long.
A tremendous showing by the Tornadoes. If you're just joining us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, again, you watched this Division III Region 10 quarterfinal matchup live and paywall free. And that was thanks in part to our sponsors. We'll go ahead and thank them one more time real quick before we throw it to a break. But we want to thank Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Buckeye IT Services, UIS Insurance and Investments, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Heather HUNKER, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacation, Pit Stop, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Plastinite 3D Printing and Design, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Klaus Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, Beazle's Frame and Collision, and Dr. Jack Felton and family, all proud sponsors bringing you playoff edition of high school football live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. As you talked about a little bit different feeling in the air, what about this victory feels a little bit different for Coach Judd Lutz and his squad, Nate?
Well, this one's a little different for Coach Lutz because this is his first 10-win season as coach of the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes. I was not aware of that, but his wife, Amy, came in and informed us of that in the press box, and that's quite an accomplishment for Coach Lutz and his staff.
I was going to say I would question the facts, but who they're coming from, you can't question that.
I was going to say, I can't question that. That's about as close to the source as you can get right there, folks. So, but once again, Tiffin Columbian 55-35 over Ontario. Moving on as they await the winner of the Medina Buckeye and Norton game. As they're trying to figure out what the final of that one will be. Right now, it is 49-47. Buckeye on top of Norton. Norton did come back, and they got the touchdown, but they tried for the 2-point conversion and missed. They were not successful on a 2-point conversion, so it is a 2-point game in the final minutes of that one.
So you have to wait for a conclusion of this before you would even know where close to the neutral site would be for next week?
Correct. Because it's in between those two schools. So it's in between Tiffin and either Buckeye or Norton. So either way, we're probably going to be traveling quite a bit of distance. We haven't traveled much this year, guys. I mean, the first game of the year was on the road. First 2 games of the year were on the road. And then we went to Upper Sandusky. other than that, guys, we've been pretty spoiled this year. We've been here at Frost-Kalnow for almost 9 out of the 12 weeks we've been covering football here.
You almost think that we make our own schedule.
Well, again, we can't thank you enough for joining us here in the postgame, the UIS Insurance and Investments postgame show. As Tiffin Columbian, if you're just joining us, on top 55-35 over the Ontario Warriors. Do us a favor while you still got us on. We get ready to name our Little Hugo's Week 12, or our Plastinite 3D Printing and Design Player of the Game here in Week 12. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this post. Tell your friends right now, share the entire broadcast live and free as we're getting ready to wrap up the post-game show here. But do us that favor, that like and subscribe, that goes so far with us, as Heart of Ohio sports over the last couple years have really came into our own with our coverage of high school sports, ranging from baseball, football, basketball, as we're getting ready to prepare for, even down to pretty much almost every sport you can shake a stick at, as next weekend we're going to have a full weekend for you. More playoff football as we follow Hopewell Loudon. 2 games, one on the Extreme, one here with the A-team, as Tiffin Columbian waits to travel to face the winner of Norton and BUCKEYE Medina, and then Hopewell Loudon. Though, who are they going to play the winner of?
Either Arlington, I think I read, or I can't think who the other team was.
I can pull that up while we're on break.
We'll get the.
We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. But when we come back, we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Plastinite 3D Printing and Design, and we'll break things down and get you set for Week 13 of high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're locked in to the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, don't start scrolling. Keep it locked in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Serving local employers and businesses for over 30 years, Pyramid Recruiting Offices has been operating out of that familiar A-frame building located at 373 North Washington Street since 1988. Call Pyramid Recruiting today at 419-447-0455. Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Tiffin's only locally owned and operated job placement service.
Experience the ultimate luxury treatment at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa. At Tiffin's largest salon and spa, we offer a full array of services to help you look and feel your best. From hair and nails to massages and skincare, we also accommodate groups and are the perfect place for bridal parties, girl days, and even date night. Everyone needs a little R&R. Enjoy some self-care at Relax and Revive Salon and Spa.
You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here with more of the UIS Insurance and Investments post-game show. We have our Plastinite 3D Printing and Design Player of the Game. He is here in the press box with us. I mean, how can we give it to anybody other than Damian Brockington? I mean, jeez, like, listen to these stats, folks. 18 carries, 194 yards, 4 touchdowns. That just keeps adding to that record that he's already established here. And then also just adding on 2 catches, 59 yards, 2 more touchdowns. So it's 6. I need 2 hands to count how many touchdowns you had today. Wow, man, what a game. Woo-hoo. Now talk about it. The last 2 weeks, you've scored 11 touchdowns, dude. That's a career for most people, and it's a great season for a lot of people. But you've done that in 2 weeks. Now, who do you give the most credit to, man?
O-line, man, of
That's
course.
That's right.
I'll throw Brady Ruggles in there, too. He throws me the ball, too.
All right.
But the O-line's amazing, man. I never count those guys out.
Absolutely. Your O-line. I kept telling the guys tonight, I'm watching the lanes that you guys had to run through tonight. Just talk about the mentality of that offensive line, just how tough they are up front.
They're hungry. They want to win. We all want to win. They just get their jobs done. And I see green, I go.
That's
we
right.
know they're hungry.
Yeah.
But, again, here's my biggest question to you, Damian, is, again, you completely take over in ball games and in situations. You guys were able to get out to an early lead and stay in the driver's seat throughout the majority of that 48 minutes. But when you start seeing teams kind of, you can't quite put them away. They keep hanging around. When you guys get the ball back on offense after an ensuing scoring drive, what kind of is the mindset or the huddle talk, if you will, as you go out for that next series, knowing that, hey, if we don't put a score up, we're going to allow these guys to hang around a little bit too long, have a chance to get back on our heels. What do you guys say to each other down there to kind of make sure that you keep teams at bay and kind of be able to be successful on the offensive side of things?
We know we got to go score, and we got the players to go score at any time. Any given time in the game, we got 4 or 5 receivers that can go score. We got 2 backs that can go score. We got everything. Everybody. The O-line's great. Everybody. We can score whenever we want to score.
And you guys are, like Tommy always says, you're not quick, you're sudden.
Right.
Because suddenly it's 40 to whatever, and it's like, how did that happen? And tonight it was one of those nights where, you look up at the scoreboard, and at one time it's 35 to 20, and then you look up again, and it's like 40. You guys almost 50 points on the board. What goes through your mind when you're putting up those points, and every time you score, the other team scores? What are you guys thinking down there? I mean, what the mindset for you guys? What do you guys say to each other?
Go do it again.
Is that what it is?
Go do it again.
Battle back.
Is it just like
keep punching? We know.
Yeah.
Don't flinch.
It's the mentality. You got to have that mentality that keep your pedal to the floor. When you guys gave up the score and you get the ball back, and it's 49-35, I think, or 40, something like that, 48-35. You guys had the ball back. You got the ball. You start carrying it down the field, and you let up, man. I saw you. You slowed down a little bit. You just trying to run that clock down, weren't you?
Can't be greedy, man.
Yeah, you trying to run that clock down, weren't you?
I was wondering if he's going to admit up to it.
I could have scored.
I know you could have.
I'm not greedy, man. I just want to get the game over.
Yeah, Greggy and I both looked at each other. We're like, you can't convince me he didn't slow down on that, man. Outstanding game, man, once again.
Thank you guys.
So, for your efforts tonight, you're taking home this. It is a Plastinite 3D printed trophy. And it's yours, young man. You take that home with you.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
That's for you, pal.
Absolutely. You earned it, man. What
Congrats.
a ball game. Once again, Damian Brockington, our Plastinite 3D printing and design player of the game. Hold that up. Let the camera. There you go. There you go. He earned that one. All right, now, shout outs. Who you got?
O-line, the whole team.
The whole team?
Everybody on the team get a shout out.
All right. Any family members you want to give a shout out to?
Mom. Yeah, shout out to my mom. And
Absolutely.
My grandma.
Grandma was up here in the press box. She was like, hey, did he cross 2,000 yards? They were supposed to make an announcement.
Yeah, she's crazy.
She was on it, man.
She comes up for the live stats. She don't wait. She
had me pull off my headset in the middle of a call. She's like, hey, wait a second. No. He crossed 2,000, didn't he?
What, she did knock on the door?
She came up in the press box. She tapped me on the shoulder.
Gotta love her.
She's crazy.
Once again, man, what a ball game.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Once again, our Plastinite 3D printing and design player of the game, Damian Brockington. All right, folks, that's it. That's going to do it for us tonight. Big win for Tiffin Columbian. They move on to the regional semifinal where they await the winner of the Norton and BUCKEYE game. We'll obviously update you guys on that, and we'll put out some information as we get closer to the games. But once again, we'll be back at it next week with 2 more high school football games as we continue to cover the Hopewell Loudon Chieftains and these Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Well, Tommy, any final thoughts here?
Just, again, love we get to continue our football coverage here in the postseason, looking to make a deep run with both of these squads as, again, Heart of Ohio Sports, the action don't quit. Week 13, 2 huge ball games, and then Saturday night, don't forget to tune in if you're an MMA fan for Fight Night 15, live from Fairhaven Hall, as you join Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, and the Wizard Greg Kinn, live from Fairhaven Hall for one of the biggest MMA contests in all of Ohio, as Heart of Ohio Sports has their finger on the pulse of all your Ohio athletic needs. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, as this is the way we keep these broadcasts to you live and paywall free. But until then, I'm Tommy Hall.
I'm Nate Mullins. And we're going to thank our sponsors, and then we'll catch you down the road, folks. Once again, thank you to Pyramid Recruiting Offices, Buckeye IT Services, UIS Insurance and Investments, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Heather Hunker, Travel Advisor with Magical Moments Vacations, Pit Stop, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Plastinite 3D Printing and Design, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, Klaus Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, and Dr. Jack Felton and Family, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, your final score, Tiffin Columbian 55, Ontario 35. For Tommy Hall, Austin Rodriguez, Eric Hall, and Greg Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Frost-Kalnow Stadium. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Have a great night, everybody.